Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Film is Okie Dokie. My name is CJ, and as always, I'm joined by Tommy.
Hello.
And Okie Dokie is the show where we're gonna watch a movie, and then you're gonna listen to us talking about it, and then at the end we say if it was Okie Dokie or not.
Stuck the landing.
I don't know what you're talking about. The whole thing was flawless.
That doesn't mean you can't stick the landing. I didn't say, wow, you were really flailing in air for a moment, but you really stuck the landing. No, I just said you stuck the landing.
I apprect that.
You're projecting onto me. Jeez.
I'm projecting. You know, it feels like it's been a while since we did a solo. Hasn't been that long.
No, but it does feel like it's been a hot second, especially because last time we watched the classic, the certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, that was our last movie that we did together, right?
Yeah, just us two.
Yeah, and we recorded that over a month ago. It does, yeah, definitely. But like we saw each other in person in between then, but something about not having the podcast, it feels different.
Yeah. Yeah, not to discount our guest episodes with Gaffy and Alex.
I love the guest episodes. Hey, that Alex episode, wow. Awesome.
It was something.
Yeah.
Something, huh?
Yeah, great. Check that out if you haven't listened to that yet.
Last episode, the bike riders.
Mm-hmm. But and really quick.
Yeah.
I got to tell you something else because I didn't tell you this. This is a surprise. I didn't even tell you this before the pre-show. I didn't tell you this because I wanted this to be complete, unfettered, raw reaction. Okay.
Okay. I am just making sure. Hold on. I'm getting situated, making sure I'm fully unfettered.
Please unfetter yourself.
I have unfettered.
Okay. So, I go to Chicago. I love the food.
Mm-hmm.
I love the food. We talked about it a lot in the Gaffy episode. If you haven't listened to that, check that out now. But I came home and was yapping everybody's ear off about the food, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they were getting sick of me. So my mom, actually, she went to the grocery store. She saw us at the grocery store. She says, I had to get it for you because I know how much you like deep dish. And I was like, okay, what are we talking about here? She got me a Pizzeria Uno, in the refrigerated section of not the frozen section, but you know how they have like the coolers?
Mm-hmm.
They had a frozen little 8-inch deep dish pizza up there.
Nice.
Yeah. So she bought it for me and I looked at it and I'm like, okay. Now, the problem here is this could go really badly. And then I have a terrible experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it could go really well. And then I find out that I can get something comparable here at my home, right?
Mm.
You want to guess? I just want to hear. What do you think? How do you think it went?
Oh, okay. Now, are you familiar with Pizzeria Uno?
No.
Before this experience? Okay.
Never heard of it.
Pizzeria Uno is the name of the pizza tavern in Chicago that invented deep dish pizza.
Mm-hmm.
They are the original. If I'm being honest, kind of fallen by the wayside. Back when I was a kid, they had commercials on TV. No longer are they advertised like that. They have a couple locations, but they've fallen out of contention. The big chains are Lou's and Giordano's. The real gold standard is Pequod's, but not many people really talk about Pizzeria Uno too much. So that I've never myself ever had Pizzeria Uno.
Mm-hmm.
So that immediately has me think, okay, I'm going to guess might not be a home run, like home run in pizza, which is a home run.
Mm-hmm.
But it probably be good. But then trying to factor in, okay, but, you're in New York, So there's going to be some travel time, maybe some degradation as it's frozen. So I'm going to say, if on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is that was identical to my deep dish experience I had in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
1 is couldn't be anything farther from it. I'm going to say it was about like a 6.
Okay. So I did it exactly as the box instructed, which can be a curse sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And
I always have to overdo it.
I always end up underdoing it. But I should have overdone it on this one. It came out a little underdone. I had to put it back in for a few minutes. It was so bizarre, Tommy, because at both times it tasted exactly like deep dish and nothing like it at all. It was such a weird feeling to have an experience like that, because I'm eating like deep dish pizza. This is what I'm eating, but this is not what I ate at all. It was very jarring. Not to say that it was unpleasant. I actually, for its own thing, I would get that again. But it was not comparable. So you said a 6. I was going to give it a solid 5 because it was so bizarre to me. And I think I'd get it again. I liked it. But it was just so bizarre to me how, in both worlds it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like almost in a way tastes like you're tasting an otherworldly imitation. Where it's like, yeah, it kind of is what it is, but at the same time, it's very not.
It's like when normally people make pizza at home and then they wonder why it doesn't taste like the pizza they get at like a pizzeria. Present company excluded. But it's that. It's like, why when I put ketchup on my baboli does it not taste like the pizza I get from Domino's, right?
Right. And now, quick side note to all of our listeners out there. If you ever are making a recipe at home and you're like, why doesn't this taste like the restaurant? 9 times out of 10, you're not adding enough butter. Sorry, go back, CJ.
No, for sure. Seriously, restaurants add a ton of sugar, a ton of salt, a ton of butter. They're like everything. That's what makes food taste good. And so it was very, again, I liked it. I would get it again. I was appreciative for the experience, but it was very odd.
Yeah, and if I had to guess how do I word this? Boxed deep dish, any boxed frozen deep dish will probably be a similar experience. Some pizza chains in the area do sell their own frozen deep dish, but they're not like in a box, they're more individually wrapped. Those I've only ever had like really stellar positive experiences. Those do come really close, but the Pizzeria Uno kind of more mass produced boxes. I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah. And these weren't frozen. This was like, I don't want to say it was never frozen. It was in like the dairy case.
Gotcha. So it was a take and bake type?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm actually considering, I didn't mean to change the subject or cut you off.
No,
I'm actually considering ordering, because you can order Lou Malnati's, you can order Giordano's online, and you can have them deliver it. And they do like in black, and they do it in like black ice. Dry ice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually not an uncommon thing. A lot of people move away from Chicago and sorely miss the food. So it's not uncommon to hear, talk to family or friends who moved away. It's like, I just ordered a bunch of frozen Lou's pizza, or I just shipped myself some cake from Portillo's or beef from Portillo's. So if you do that, you're going to have to come back with a review for the pod.
I think I will. And I'm actually, what I'm thinking about doing, it's not cheap, by the way. Ordering the pizzas by mail is not cheap. I think 3 pizzas from Lou's is like $80. There is a volume discount. So like if you get 6, it's like $140 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't go up. It's not terrible, but you know what I'm saying. There's an initial cost. I'm thinking about inviting some friends and family over and letting them try the frozen Giordano's versus the frozen Lou's, and let them decide.
You could have your own little New York-based Chicago tape test.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I will have to let you know the results of that. I'm pretty sure Friday, one of the things I'm splurging on is pizza.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you wanted to say before we got into like the big pre-show topic?
No, I'm ready to frickin' dive in head first into the shallow end.
All right, and explode. So here's the thing.
I wrote that bit today, so that is about to start existing in the world because it'll be filmed and edited in the next 2 days. And by the time this episode comes out, keen observers of the people who are in the Venn diagram of Keep Up with the Tomato-Anus ad read cinematic universe and the Film is Okie Dokie mega fans, that Venn diagram overlap is going to be really pleased with that reference.
All right. Listen, you told that to me in a very public place, and we talked about it. I like watching movies, and I go through phases where sometimes I just want to play games, like for like weeks on end. I'll just want to, like, when I'm relaxing, I'm playing a game and I'm listening to a show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll shift, and I'm like, I really just want to sit on the couch and like binge a show, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll shift again, and it'll be like movies. I really want to watch movies.
Mm-hmm.
And these can last for a few weeks at a time. But when I was most recently out of work and I was waiting for my new job, I believe it was during the podcast we were doing it, right? I had sat down one weekend and watched 8 movies in a weekend, okay? And so I said I want to go for the high score. So I want to just explain to you the rules that I've established for myself, okay?
Okay.
Because, like, one of my coworkers, I told her about this, and she was like, why don't you just watch, like, 30-minute, like, documentaries? I'm like, okay, that doesn't count, obviously.
Yeah, you're just cheating yourself. I'm going to make a game that only I play, and I'm going to manipulate the rules so I get a high score.
Her idea of fun was cheating myself. So I was like, okay, I want to watch 9 movies. I want to kind of get caught up, you know. Sometimes I feel like I just like lose sight of like everything that's going on in like the movie world, and then I'm like, oh my god, there's so many movies I want to watch that are out, that are streaming, and I have all the streaming services. Okay, cool. I'm gonna watch these. I'm gonna watch them now. So the rules are: the weekend is defined as after work on Friday, all the way until Sunday night at midnight. So the credits don't have to roll by midnight, but they have to roll before 1 a.m. I give myself 1 hour of spillage. Okay?
Okay.
Seems reasonable so far. I think that's a pretty fair definition of the weekend.
I generally agree with that.
Okay. Well, you hesitated, so I was nervous.
Yeah, I generally agree with that.
Oh, fuck you. All right, so he generally agrees with that. So there's that component of it. I am not allowed to consider the runtime of a movie until I am past the halfway point. Okay. So I can't consider a movie's runtime as a factor of if I'm going to watch it until I've passed the halfway point. So that I don't...
I feel like that's way too late to... I feel like at that point, you're just in it.
No. Halfway through the challenge.
Oh, I thought you meant halfway through the movie. I was like, that's,
That's insane.
Dedicating an hour 15 to a movie only to then
consider how long it is.
I was just like, well, you're already this far.
No. I can't pick a movie based on its length until I've watched 5 movies for this challenge. Okay. So the only other rule is I have to be stationary for the movie the whole time. Unless I can be in the room. As long as I'm in the same room, it counts. If I leave the room, I have to pause.
So I can be stationary unless I'm moving around the room. So it sounds like I have to be... The rule isn't that you have to be stationary. The rule is that you have to be in the same room.
The rule is you have to be in the same room because I can't like go to the bathroom and have the movie keep going.
Okay.
Or I can't do laundry, right? But like if I want to like get up and like clean the kitchen because it's in the same room, I can do that.
Okay.
All right. All those seem pretty fair. All those seem pretty solid rules, right?
Sure.
For this game that only I play.
Yeah.
9 is a lot of movies. So I'm going to run through. I'm not going to spoil if I completed the challenge or not. Okay. I wanted to watch 9 movies this weekend.
Okay.
I told you about it ahead of time.
Yes. And I kept up with the challenge as you were doing it.
Yes. I did my very best to write reviews as I was going. So, at first, I started off a movie that everybody had... I'm going to make sure that I don't run too long. I get my stopwatch out. Okay. A movie that everybody had told me to watch. A movie that people had raved about. A movie that the critics seemed to really like. I had gotten a lot of, like... When the movie trailers were first coming out, there was, like, pre-Oscar buzz for this movie. And then, you know, people love Timothée Chalamet, right? People just have, like, a hard-on for the guy. So, okay. A complete unknown.
You watched... Oh, I thought you were going to say Wonka.
No. A complete unknown, which is the Bob Dylan biopic. I actually don't know any Bob Dylan songs, and I told you that recently when we were in the car coming back from the airport. When you picked me up. I said, I don't know any Bob Dylan songs. You said, I bet you know some Bob Dylan songs. You just don't know that you know Bob Dylan songs. I tell you, if they put his biggest hits in there, I had never heard a single one of them.
You've never heard Like a Rolling Stone.
I have now because I watched the movie.
It's like, that's a song that's always like number 1 or top 3 in like Rolling Stone. I mean, maybe now that I say it out loud, maybe a little biased since it's the name of the magazine.
Sure.
But that song is always like near the top of best songs ever.
Yeah, I just had never heard of it. And I like was listening to it and I thought they were cool. Like I thought it was cool that he learned to play the guitar and sing like Bob Dylan. The only thing I knew about Bob Dylan is that Bob Dylan was an asshole. And that movie confirmed that for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it is what it is. You know, I had met Pete Seeger. Pete Seeger used to hold like vigils and like gatherings, like peaceful protests during like the Iraq War in my part of the woods. And like I can't imagine anyone being an asshole to Pete Seeger. So I'm just sitting here like, oh yeah, you're an asshole. Like fuck you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But I really enjoyed it, even though I didn't know any of the songs. And I think that's a surprise for some people. Like, you watched a music biopic and didn't know any of the songs. I'm like, they were pleasing. I didn't know anything about Bob Dylan at all. But there was a line in this movie. It was like, Bob Dylan goes electric. I'll be damned. And then I'm like, okay, well, that's funny. Which brings me into the next movie I watched.
Well, real quick, I just want to ask, like, because I've not seen Complete Unknown.
Yep.
Of all of the movies you are about to talk about, this next one is the one that I know the most about because I have seen it multiple times.
You've seen it multiple times.
Yeah, but for A Complete Unknown, like, are you... I don't know how into the storyline it goes. Is the movie very much about him going electric?
The movie's about, like, how Bob Dylan gets discovered, how Bob Dylan, like, gets popular, and then, like, Bob Dylan going from being like mysterious Huck from Minneapolis to being like an asshole who's famous. And then at the end, well, it is kind of about that journey. Yeah.
Okay.
The book, I'll tell you this. The book that it's based off of is literally called Bob Goes Electric.
Gotcha. I'm just asking because that's like a very big moment in folk music. And even so much as to where when I was in college, I took a gen ed that was history of rock and roll.
Okay.
And when Bob Dylan went electric was like a huge moment that we covered in like the response in the folk circles and all of that stuff. But just curious because that's something that I'm pretty familiar with.
So I would say you might enjoy this film for that reason.
Okay. And I understand that the next movie you watched is actually the prequel to this movie.
Basically, they also say Bob Dylan is gone electric. They say that in this movie. This is Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash biopic by the same director, by the way.
Exactly, it's the prequel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
James Mangold, same director as Logan.
Yeah, I knew that. I didn't know.
And your favorite movie, Indiana Jones and the Golden Compass or whatever it's called.
No, those are two different movies. I also have only seen one Indiana Jones movie.
Sorry, I meant Dial of Destiny.
I still haven't seen that. But Walk the Line. I am now starting my timer. Because you Bourgeois my time. I didn't recognize.
I used to see my time. Whatever it is.
Yeah. Bourgeois. You stole my time. Look, Joaquin Phoenix was great. I didn't recognize him right away because I apparently have face blindness for Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon was awesome as You
got this. Don't look her up.
June Carter Cash.
June? Yes, there you go. You got it. You got that.
Yeah, she was fantastic. Man, this was the movie where I knew all the songs. And I'm like singing along the whole time. You know? Like this was I'm gonna sing to the music, right? And very much in the same style, again, the same director. I like this one more. Like I would rewatch Walk the Line again before I rewatched A Complete Unknown. But there was just something about it. Like it was just like I think part of it is I just knew the music, so I was just singing on the couch, you know? And I think for people of a certain age, they can relate to being in the car and have their dad or their uncle or their older brother or something trying to hit those low notes, you know?
So this one is... I've seen this movie probably half a dozen times.
Okay.
My dad is a huge country and western fan. Like I grew up listening to Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash.
So both kinds of music.
On and on.
Country and western?
When I say country western to like, more personify that era.
He listens to both kinds of music, country and western.
Yeah. Like big into like outlaw country and stuff like that too. And he went and saw this movie in theaters then, took me to go see it then after. And this was a movie that just once he got the DVD, this was on like once a week. So I've seen this movie many times. I used to do this thing, back when you watched DVDs, a lot of DVD players would show you on a little digital readout where you were at in the runtime in the movie that you were watching. And as a child, something I loved doing was kind of paying attention to that in the background and trying to spot like the exact moment it ticked over into the 1 hour spot or the 2 hour spot. And I have such vivid memories of, I think I forget which one it is, but it's a specific scene where he and June are in a bus at night talking while they're on the road. I'm just like, etched into my brain is staring at the DVD player, watching that scene and be like, wow. So this is the scene that's on at exactly the 1 hour mark or 2 hour mark, whichever it was.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So how did I know that you said you liked it better than a complete unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Where, at the time of watching, would you rank it in your all-time music biopics?
It's up there.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what number one would be, or no?
The ones that come to mind immediately, I guess a complete unknown has to make the list. Bohemian Rhapsody, Straight Outta Compton, but I hadn't seen that yet.
Wow, so why don't we then get through all of these before I ask that question? I'll ask that question at the end.
So, spoiler, I had a bit of a theme. Okay, so then I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. I only watched 2 movies on the first night. Sorry, what's going on with my mouth? I cut the back of my tongue on something.
Were you deep throating razor blades again?
You know it.
CJ, how many times do I have to tell you this is not a healthy or constructive way to assess your oral fixation? Ever since you quit smoking, it's all you want to do is stick shit in your mouth.
Telling me. Like the side of my gum is sharp for some reason. I don't really know. Back where my tooth came out. All right, so I went to bed that night and I woke up. Before I went to bed, I rented a few movies, and I usually find that the movie that I really, really want to watch just isn't available to stream unless it's older. So I ended up renting this next movie. I rented Elvis, which is the Austin Butler movie. And I'm like, okay.
He's what?
He's what?
Yeah,
we're going to do the snow job, my boy.
I never saw the movie, but that meme of Tom Hanks going, he's what? Just killed me when that was making the rounds when this movie blew up.
The movie, I watched it for about 5 minutes, and then I paused it and I said, this is directed by Baz Luhrmann. And I paused it, and sure enough, it is. And look, there's nothing wrong with it. Baz Luhrmann's trademark is I'm going to take you inside of a watch. It just feels like he always has a shot like that somehow.
It's an interesting way to describe his styles, but I understand.
Yeah, it's we're going to all these moving things and the camera's going to whoosh in, In that way, the over stylized part of it, which is the whole movie, if you don't buy the style. Actually, I said this in a college film class. I didn't like Chicago the first time I saw it because I didn't really like the style of them being on the stage. And my professor was like, I mentioned that I didn't really like the stage aesthetic of Chicago, and he says, well, that's the whole thing. And I said, well, I guess I don't like the whole thing. He was giving me a zero-sum answer, and I'm like, I don't really like the style of Elvis. And it's well, that's the whole gimmick of the movie is this style, right? And I'm like, I guess I just don't like Elvis. I think it's a 3 out of 5 for me. I thought the Elvis story was very sad. Also, there's this other quote that kind of kept popping up in my mind as I watched another guy be a rock star, right? Be on top of the world, have all the money in the world, all the cars and the girls and the drugs and the booze. And then he gets a drug problem, and then he fucks up all of his relationships, and then whatever, right?
Wait, I thought we were talking about Elvis, not Walk the Line.
Hey, listen, it's Elvis, it's Bob Dylan, it's everybody.
Hold on a second. Are you trying to? Are we coming to this realization that almost all music biopics are the same exact movie?
Basically, but
and you only really need to watch Dewey Cox Walk Hard.
Shut up. They more or less, what I would say is, when there was this quote that floated in my head, which was, we want rock stars to do rock star shit, but then we get mad at them for doing rock star shit. So, I was at the end of the movie, I'm I'm not going to be mad at this movie for telling the story of Elvis. It sounds like Elvis, like every other rock star in the world, kind of fell for the shit. So, but by that point, maybe it was a little bit of a fatigue. Also, I just could not take Tom Hanks seriously. I forgot it was him. But then when I remembered,
you're saying an actor got lost in the role?
Yeah, and then I remembered, and then I was like, I can't. He was just too ridiculous. But yeah, any thoughts on Elvis? Any questions?
No, not really. Not really. It's not really a movie that interested me too much.
Yeah.
I never really sought it out.
But also, like Joaquin Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix learned how to play the guitar and sing like Johnny Cash. Austin Butler learned to sing like Elvis. I think he learned to play the guitar too. I don't know how much guitar playing Elvis does.
I know that, or I remember that when that movie came out, there was like all the songs was like, yeah, I just couldn't drop the accent.
Well, maybe it'll help him get future Elvis roles. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, maybe it helped them get his role as fucking what's his face in Dune Part 2.
He was in Dune Part 2?
Yeah, come on, you know this.
Oh, was he fuckwad that shows up in the second movie out of nowhere?
Fade Routha. Yeah. The bald dude.
I was close.
Yeah? Yeah, fuckface? Is that what you said?
I said fuckwad.
Fuckwad? Yeah. I'm
Fade
pretty sure he
Routha.
gets called that.
That's what I called him. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to switch it up. I am going to watch Fargo.
Wow. So you went from 3 musical biopics in a row straight into a 4th.
Yeah, that's exactly what that movie is.
Thomas Fargo, our favorite soul musician, right?
Yeah, directed by the Coen brothers. That's right. It's about him.
Wow.
You know, I had never seen it. I didn't know anything about it. I just loved the Coen brothers and was like, all right, I'm going to give this a shot. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it was about an hour and a half. I didn't know that at the time. It was very short. And that movie does so much without saying very much at all because the people in that movie don't fucking talk. Like, there's a character whose gimmick is he doesn't say shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, oh. Like, Steve Buscemi maybe has the most words said in that whole movie. And he's a big character, but he's not like the main, I don't know, even know who the main character is. William H. Macy, I guess. But, you know, and it was just, I thought it was snappy. I thought it was pretty. I thought the snow things were really cool. Everything that they did with the scenery and the shots. And there was some images that I was familiar with that I was not familiar that they came from this movie. But I'll say this. I could see how this movie I could see the seeds, right? I could see how you can go from Fargo and you can go into some of these other Coen brother movies that I really like. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is like the start, or not maybe the actual start, but a earlier work. And then before I went to bed that night, I decided, you know what? I'm not done with music biopics, so I watched Bohemian Rhapsody.
The 5th music biopic in a row.
Yeah. So look.
I've not seen Bohemian Rhapsody, except it was on the gym TV when I was running at the gym about a month ago. So I've seen like a random middle 20-something minutes because of the commercials with no sound. And the impression I got was that, and I'll say I did not go into this viewing experience of, some might say ideal viewing experience of Bohemian Rhapsody with an unclouded mind, because I have seen a couple scenes from it, because this movie won the Oscar for Best Editing, and people rag on it for its editing constantly online. There are like scenes online that are like, this is a best edited Oscar winner, and it's like a simple scene where you have like 4 dudes sitting at a table, one guy walking up to them, and it's just a conversation, and there's like 20 cuts every 5 seconds. So I went in kind of with that in mind, but the big takeaway I got from this movie is that the plot is literally just, and here's how we wrote this song, and here's us performing it. Yeah, everyone loves this song. And then it's 2 minutes of, oh, Freddie Mercury's so troubled. And then and here's how we wrote this next song, and here's us performing it. Yeah, you like this song. Oh, and Freddie Mercury, now he's touching this server's ass while he's playing piano. Oh, he's a little twisted. Oh, but here's how we came up with We Will Rock You, and here's a whole performance. Yeah, we like this song. That's kind of what the movie seemed like while watching it without sound while running on the treadmill.
Yeah. That is true for a lot of music biopics, though. So I'm not going to fault it too hard, because that's basically every music biopic is, here's this famous song that we wrote. Here's how we came up with it. Here's us playing it. Right?
Some might say that makes it what some might call a tired genre.
It is formulaic. I enjoyed it. I like Queen. I mean, I was just looking for a fun time at that point.
You like the Queen? Jeez.
Yeah,
I thought we were both patriots here.
I'm a royalist. No, I mean, I don't know if you ever heard this. There was originally a Queen movie. It got stuck in development hell. I believe Sacha Baron Cohen was supposed to be Freddie Mercury. But the surviving members of Queen thought it was a Queen movie and not a Freddie Mercury movie. And so they thought after Freddie Mercury died that the movie would go on for like another 30 minutes about how the band like rallied together and kept playing after Freddie died. It's like, I mean, no, it's not about Queen. Like, the story of Queen is about Freddie Mercury, unfortunately, right? For Brian May and all those other guys, like, the story of your band is about Freddie Mercury. But, you know, as sad as that is. Also, there's this other thing that happens in the movie where it's like, all the other members of Queen are like schoolboys. Like, they don't do drugs, they don't drink, they don't cheat on their wives, they don't do anything. They just play the instruments and they go home. Like, they're working a 9 to 5.
He really likes looking at teeth, and how weird is that?
Yeah, but like Freddie Mercury's the wild one. Like, they weren't also like doing all the crazy shit, you know. So, yeah, that's Bohemian Rhapsody for you.
How did you like it?
It was okay. I've seen it before.
Okay.
It was the only one on this list that I had seen already.
Wow. So that's not against the rules?
No, I don't do I don't want to have more than a couple like that. But I can do like a movie that I've seen before. In this case, I limited it to one, and it seemed okay as an offset because it was also pretty long.
Gotcha.
Then I went to bed. So at this point, I'm at 5. Okay, now I got to watch 4 movies in a day. So I got up. I had to go to the grocery store. I had to do some stuff, and then I sat down around 2:00. I'm like, if I'm gonna do this, I really need to push it, right? They start with Straight Outta Compton, which I had never seen before. I'd only seen like a couple clips on YouTube. Really good. Really, really good. The people look like the people. It is a little bit of that, hey, this is the song that you like, this is how we came up with it. But also, like, it ties in a lot of the racial stuff that was going on in LA at that time with like Rodney King. And then, because NWA really only did the one album that people remember, and they did that one thing, and they kind of all went their separate ways. You know, the movie is about, like, a good chunk of the movie is about, like, what did they do after, right? Where did Ice Cube go after? What did Dre do after? And then it's really a movie, like, that ends up being kind of centered around Eazy-E and about what happens with Eazy-E. So, if you're interested in it at all in rap from the early 90s, it's a pretty good movie, and it's pretty interesting. So I liked it.
Nice. I always wanted to see that one, but just never got around to it.
And now we get to what is probably the biggest outlier on this list.
And probably the best music biopic on this list.
Yes. Plankton the movie is a new SpongeBob movie that recently came out. It is about Plankton's computer wife, Karen, being tired of Plankton's shit. SpongeBob plays a psychiatrist who tries to, like, save their marriage. But Karen basically is about to take over the world and then doesn't take over the world because Plankton apologizes. So, new SpongeBob movies, by the way, are not 2D. They're 3D. They're like the CGI type animation, not the traditional hand-drawn style. So it's interesting. It's not the SpongeBob movie that I'm used to. It's more like Sponge Out of Water, or I guess there was a Sandy movie last year. It seems like they're really pumping this shit out. I equated this to being like sorbet, right? It's just something to clean your palate. It's something neutral. Like, it's just something to, like, refresh your senses. Because at this point, I had seen 5, I'm not counting Fargo as a musical, 5 music biopics, and I was just, like, ready for, like, something else. I needed, like, an in-between before I moved on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The movie was whatever. It's a kid's movie. I gave it, like, a 2. It wasn't bad. It was just...
Wow. So you hate kids' movies just out of principle because they're not made for you?
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And then we reached... we kind of got back around to where I was like, okay, we need to watch some really good movies. I was done with music at that point. So, people had talked a lot about this movie, and at this point, I'm also starting to get tired. So I'm like, I need a comedy. Okay? I need something funny to laugh at. People had said A Real Pain was going to be pretty funny. I would not describe A Real Pain as a comedy.
I mean, just based on the commercials, the trailers, like, yeah, I'm sure there were probably some funny moments, but this does not. This seems like a hard-hitting movie that you're going to cry to.
I did not cry.
Wow.
But, like, spoiler, they do go to a concentration camp. So, like, it's emotional. No, Jesse Eisenberg plays Jesse Eisenberg, and Kieran Culkin plays Kieran Culkin, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, the only reason I even knew about this movie, I had never seen I don't watch trailers. Period. Because trailers give away too much of the movie. So I don't watch trailers. I try to go in as blind as possible. It is hard. But for like the last 10 years at least, I don't watch trailers. Unless it's like a really big Marvel thing, I don't watch the trailer. But anyway, Jesse Eisenberg is an asshole, and that's just what he plays. He just plays this, like, I can't communicate, I can't live in the world, and I'm not social, and it's hard for me to talk to people. That's who he plays in every movie, like, whether that's Lex Luthor, or this guy, or Mark Zuckerberg. Like, he just plays this character. It's just, I'm tired of it, right? But then Kieran Culkin plays, like, he just felt like Roman from Succession. I didn't like that show, and I don't like rich people just being rich for the sake of being rich. Like, it doesn't derive me entertainment. I don't find that show to be interesting. I don't find that show entertaining. So, and then I watched it, and I'm like, oh, man. Like, Kieran Culkin was awesome in this movie. I hated parts of his performance. I hated watching some of the things that he did. It made me so uncomfortable. And sometimes he made me laugh out loud.
Parts of his performance because of what the character does, or what he did as the actor?
The character.
Okay.
No, it just makes me feel like I'm so annoyed with this guy. Like, why is it that he can come into a room and be so cool and so calm and like and just be in tune with everybody, and then the next minute he's just a fucking fuck up. He's just ruining everything, and he's making everything awkward. And I'm like, you have the social graces of a toad, and it's like, oh, that's why. They tell you why. And then everything makes sense. And then it's like, oh.
It's almost like movies. You gotta watch the whole thing.
Shut up, man. Give me such a pain today. Give me such a hard time. I'm describing my lived experience. Leave me alone. So, anyway. It's probably one of the better movies I will not rewatch.
Okay.
And then I'm at 8. And I'm like, I need to laugh. I need to have fun. Like, these are good movies, but I'm not laughing. I need a laugh. So I'm like, okay, I don't ever use Netflix. I'm like, I'm going to go on Netflix. And I find The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which is the movie about Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal is like one of my favorite actors of all time. Okay? Legitimately. I love him. And I'll see anything that he's in. I think he's phenomenal.
Surprises me even more than that you have not watched The Last of Us yet.
Scary.
But he said he'd watch anything he's in.
Scary. Scary is a hard wall to climb over. Any Hoosers. And the only thing I knew about it was that meme with the "you gotta make your own kind of music" when they're in the car, you know?
Mm.
First of all, was shocked that song's not in the fucking movie. That I didn't realize that was dubbed over. And then the movie wasn't what I thought it was about. And it was really refreshing, and it was the surprise of the night because I laughed. I thought that movie was really fun, and I just thought it was really introspective and like very self-aware of what it was. And I'm not a Nick Cage fan, really. Like, I'm not big into Nick Cage. But then I was like, man, this movie's pretty good. Like, I'm into it. So I really recommend it. It was probably my favorite movie I watched all weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. And then last night I watched a movie that I had wanted to watch over the weekend but didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did watch 9 movies in a weekend. This 10th movie doesn't count.
Right. Because this was watched not on the weekend.
I watched it on a Monday. You had banged the table. You had told me to watch this. I had kind of, subtitles. I don't know.
And this is a movie that I had told you that I might want to do on this show someday, and I just had been holding off because of the subtitles. Because it might be tough to do a commentary track and do a subtitled movie.
Yeah, it would be. It's like walking and chewing bubblegum, but the bubblegum's Korean, I guess. Anyway, so I watched Parasite, and I had never seen it. I didn't know what it was about.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it seems, every time I say that, people seem more shocked. It's just like, I don't know. I knew that the poster had all the people's eyes crossed out. I didn't know what it was about. You had assured me it was not scary.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt confident that I could watch it. And about an hour in, speaking of the DVD thing, about an hour, maybe a little past the hour mark, the whole tenor of the movie just changed, and I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? Yeah.
I want to say, flat out, Parasite, one of the greatest movies ever made. If you've not watched it, truly stop listening and go watch it.
Real bang the table shit. It was legitimately 5 out of 5 for me. And I wasn't expecting it to be, and I honestly just couldn't believe it. Like,
yeah,
hiding in plain sight in front of me for when this movie came out, 2019, so 6 years.
Yes.
Hiding in plain sight for me for all that time.
Yeah, I went and saw this movie the October that it came out. Like, I went and saw it with someone like right as it was hitting its premieres in the States, and we went in knowing nothing about it. I was just like, hey, I've heard this good, want to go. They were like, yeah, sure. And what a ride the first time you watch it. And I remember the credits coming on and me and this person just looking at each other and being like, what the fuck? Why was that so good?
Yeah. Because I don't, do we want to get into spoilers?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
So basically the movie has like 2 very distinct halves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're watching the first half, and I'm like, this is gonna be building towards something for a while, but it really didn't. Like, it got right into what the premise was, and then that part was entertaining. So I'm saying, like, there was this roundhouse kick halfway through, but like the first half was still enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. It really does make for great rewatches too. I was lucky enough to, it had that, what I think is like a now legendary Oscar run. And with that, it had a renewed theatrical run in the States. So I was able to go and see it a second time. It's just as good, if not better, the second time. My God.
It's a lot of reading. So it'll be the only reason I don't watch it back like immediately. But I agree, it was really good.
I watch every movie and show I watch with subtitles, so it's not It's as Bong Joon-ho said, it's a half-inch hurdle that I'm able to clear. While, those who aren't, are they lesser than me? Maybe.
Well, there you go then. Bong Joon-ho said it. All right, so that's everything I watched over the weekend.
Did you want to talk any more specifics about Parasite or no? Like maybe go into spoilers?
We can. Yeah.
Let's go into spoilers just a little bit. Check the description for timestamps. It should be starting right around now, and you can skip to the end. But let's talk about that turn. What was going through your mind when the doorbell rang and we see the former housekeeper outside and the way that scene unfolds?
Okay, so I will tell you, because it was last night, I will tell you exactly what I thought. First, I'm like, oh my God, they're going to get caught. Like, the people came home early and they're going to get caught. Then I thought, she wants her job back. She's going to kill everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Then she comes in. She's very friendly. Oh, this is weird. And then she runs off, and she's like in that scene where she's like whole body trying to push the shelf out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, lady? Because I'm like, are you just trying to hide? Like, are you trying to be a curtain rod? Like, I don't know what that is. I didn't know she was trying to move anything. And then they get that thing that was stuck underneath it out of the way. And then there's that whole concrete labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
as they run down that,
fuck is this?
Oh my God, yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my God, are there dead people down here? Like, has she got people chained to the wall? Like, what? And then it's like, oh, she's feeding somebody. I'm like, why is he living down here? Why does it look kind of like he's been down here a while? Oh, he's been here for 4 years. I'm like, what? Why? And then when the dad goes down, he's like, why are you down here? Like, I don't know. It feels like I was born here. I don't know. I just feel I don't want to leave. And then he thanks the picture of Mr. Park. And he does the thing with the lights every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Jesus shit. What the this movie went from being about a family that cons, like a con film, into being like, what do you mean you've been living down here? What? And then they're like, oh, I'll send you the money, just feed him. And I'm like, but they're sitting right there, so they're obviously gonna get caught. They get caught, and then the whole second half of the film becomes, well, they're gonna do something unspeakably terrible to one of them, right? They rub peaches all over her face, which I thought was hilarious that she was allergic to peaches. I didn't think her dying of asphyxiation would be funny, but I was like, oh, like a funny allergy to be allergic to in a movie sense, like peaches. And then when she kicks her down the stairs.
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh my God. The first time when she kicked her and she got her head recoiled on the wall. Right? I was like, oh my God. And then they tie her up, and then she's running up the stairs tied up, and then she can't brace or fall or anything. And she hits the bottom of the stairs, and the guy is muffled. Like screaming. When she gets up, she tries to free him by chewing the tape. I was like, oh my God. And then I'm like, I don't know what to think. I don't know what the rest of this movie is.
Yeah, it puts you on the back foot. Just when you think you know where the movie's going, it puts you on the back foot, and you are on the back foot the entire second half of the movie. And that scene of them going down and discovering this labyrinth underneath this house where this guy's been living, that's the exact midpoint of the movie. It's just what a turn. And the movie as a whole, there's so much subtext to it. There's so much imagery about class divide in it.
Yeah.
So many beautiful, almost every shot is just so delicately composed and really well done with the placement of hard boundaries between characters to visualize this delineation between the ultra wealthy and the dirt poor in this like late stage capitalistic, Korea and the capitalistic world.
Yeah.
These like this family being these con men, like these like almost like rats, for lack of a better term, in how they
or
like
parasites.
There you go. Yes, exactly. There you go. They develop this parasitic relationship with this rich family, only to find, oh shit, the woman who we kind of, we thought of her as kind of more of that world. No, she's just like us. They were also parasites, and now it's, turned into class warfare in the way it often plays out, with the people in the same bracket being pitted against each other, and that not working for them since, it's divided.
Yeah, for sure. There were so many. One thing that struck me was the scene when, I don't remember what it is. I think he's leaving to go to the interview for the first time, for the tutor, and he leaves his house and they don't have a door.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, they're so poor they don't own a door to their house. You know what I mean? Like, they live here. It's like, I was sitting here like, oh. Like, that's a whole different kind of poverty, right? There's no way to keep the way you keep the elements out is like by building the labyrinth of for the wind to not get in. You know, like when you build like snow shelters, one of the things that you do is you build a tunnel at the height of the door, basically across, so that the wind will just go straight across if it comes down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you funnel the air. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and then that's not even to speak about what happens to their home.
Yeah.
Later on,
which I was also shocked about. I was like, wow, they really just hit rock bottom somehow.
Yeah. Brutal movie. And again, I want to say, incredible rewatch. Incredible. Please do try and make an effort to rewatch it, CJ.
I will make the effort. But speaking of rewatching,
it's really worth it.
We're watching a movie today.
Yeah, that we've both watched before. And this movie has a little bit of lore. I know that we've talked a little bit about it here on the show, but CJ, you brought this movie to the table. Do you want to take the reins on talking about the significance of this movie to us, or no?
I will.
Want me to?
I will share some, and then you can jump in. How about that?
Okay.
I used to do a podcast.
All right, so I'm going to jump in now.
All right, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So I used to do a podcast called Speedrun Insider. I've said this on this show. I've said this on other shows. I've said this to everyone that will listen, that you can listen to me and Tommy become friends in real time. And in our memories, our collective memories, it was the first time that we had you on, but actually it turned out to be the All-Stars episode.
Mm-hmm. The second one I was on.
Yeah, the second one. And that's when we discovered that we had a lot of things in common, and we were just very friendly with each other. We had been messaging each other on and off, and you would be like, "Hey CJ, I love talking with you. I could talk to you all day, but if I have to stop messaging you so I can get back to work, because otherwise I won't finish my work." I'm like, okay, so I'm like, we have something going on. We're friendly, and we did that podcast, and it was the funniest shit that I had ever done.
Well,
I was like,
just slight jumping in to correct the record. We started really talking after we did the All-Star episode.
Yeah, but from once in a while, I think I would message you. So one of the things that we came up in that podcast episode was this film, which is my guilty pleasure film, which is That's My Boy. It's an Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg film. I saw it for the first time in the drive-in movie, because we have those up here, and I just could not stop laughing. And if I ever really need to laugh, I watch that movie. That movie makes me fucking cry laughing. And it's stupid. I'm telling you right now. It's terrible. But it makes me laugh so fucking hard. It's just stupid. You know? And I don't know why. I don't even think the jokes are that funny. They just find me in such a way. But that was really the start of our friendship after that. And then, like I said, and we talked about it before, we got closer and closer and closer. And then obviously now. But I knew that after I recorded that with you, I don't know if I said it that day or maybe later when we were talking later, I was like, I want to do a podcast with you. And now we are. Here we are. But it took a long time to get there. It was not as simple as just doing the podcast, right?
Mhm.
So it was really cool. I'm glad that we are here now. But that movie was sort of a rock, like a foundational like flagstone, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I remember like before, I think it was before you even had come to Chicago and visited, and before we were talking like daily, I saw like an ad for That's My Boy on my TV, and I took a picture and I sent it to you, and
You
that was just
did,
like
yeah.
one of the random one-off messages we had then.
as is established on this show and many other shows that we've done, your memory on these things is better than mine. But yeah, no, like, and then like it just grew from there. Like we DMing all day, and I would call you on my lunch, and like I'd be walking around or like get pissed off at work, and I'd give you a call, and then like we just became friends. Like how
Mhm.
friends become friends, and obviously you're one of my best friends now, and I am very thankful for our friendship. But this movie was like, when we started this podcast, I was like, this movie, we should use this for a special episode, like a special number or something. And then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, in being true to our friendship, I think that the most special time is just whenever we decide to do it.
Mhm.
So I decided that today was the day.
Very nice. Well, I'm excited to watch it.
Do you have anything to
Let's-
add now that you interrupted me?
Yeah. I want us to talk a little bit about, you talked about you've seen this movie so many times. It's a comfort movie, makes you cry laughing. Saw it for the first time at the drive-in. How do you feel this movie is as a movie? Do you think this is a good movie? Do you think this is a bad movie? What's your memory of it, I should say?
It's a guilty pleasure.
Okay.
That my memory of it is a guilty pleasure that I feel bad watching it sometimes.
Okay.
Like, I know too much about film to think this is one of my favorite films. But in every top 25 that I've ever made, I've included it.
I respect it.
How can you not include the thing that makes you laugh?
I'm picking up what you're
But
putting
no,
down.
I don't think it's some cinematic masterpiece. In fact, I'm probably gonna cringe that people are watching one of my favorite movies right now.
Yeah. I think that segues nicely into my experiences with this movie. I've seen this one time. I saw it in theaters when it came out. Saw it with my dad and, at the time, stepmother and step siblings. None of us liked it.
Oh no.
But afterwards, we kept talking about how stupid it was, and we couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
And specifically the running gag about the burrito. Like, we just kept bringing that up, and we would all cry laughing from it. Like, that is one of the funniest stupid jokes ever. And I think my appreciation for all of the stupid little bits in this movie over time, like, has really deepened my appreciation that was non-existent for it at first.
Yeah.
So, I very much view this movie with rose-tinted glasses, and I'm going to be honest, I'm scared to watch it again because I really do feel there's a solid chance that I'm like, yeah, this is horribly unfunny, but the burrito bit saves it. Like, the burrito bit's the one good thing, and I hope that's not the case. I think it's funny in other spots.
I hope that you enjoy the experience of watching it together.
Oh, for sure.
That's the only thing I really care about.
Yeah. I'm.
If you enjoy watching it with me, then that's fine. You can say this movie's shit. We don't do this. I'm probably gonna say this movie's not good, but that it'll make you laugh. It'll make me laugh.
Yeah, let's. I mean, first off, I've said doesn't matter what movie we watch. I have a great time every time we record because I'm watching a movie with my friend. But how about we throw in some predictions? How do we think we're going to like this?
God. I haven't seen it in a few years. It is now. I'm worried that it's possible I won't like it.
The movie came out in 2012. We are recording this in April of 2025. Let's throw that out there.
What month did it come out in 2012?
It came out in June of 2012.
Yeah, so I went to the drive-in and saw it. That's right. And I took my Mazda up.
Real quick, while CJ thinks, just a brief synopsis before we get into this. This is a Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg film where Adam Sandler, as a middle schooler, is his teacher has statutory rapes him, and she gets pregnant. He thinks it's super cool because he's like, yeah, the hot teacher's sleeping with me. And then the movie all takes place well after the fact for this. They have the child, and he raises the child as like a preteen. And that child grows up to be Andy Samberg. So now the actual plot of the film is Andy Samberg is,
I can't breathe.
Like, Andy Samberg does not have a good relationship with Adam Sandler. He is like what's the word? They had a falling out. They don't talk.
Yeah, they're
But
strange.
Andy Samberg, yes. Andy Samberg's getting married. So they reunite.
Cut it off there.
Yes. So that's the premise of the movie.
Oh my god, but you don't know shit about this movie.
If you have not seen this movie, you would not guess where it goes.
Because this movie has a Parasite second half.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny? I don't think this is spoiling anything. I was looking at the cast list for this all.
Pretty good cast.
You know who's in this? You know who plays Chad?
Who?
Milo Ventimiglia. And you know who he is?
No.
He is Jess from Gilmore Girls.
Oh my god.
Jess from Gilmore Girls.
This is the Gilmore Girls episode.
This is our Gilmore Girls episode. Perfect.
Let's go! Movie! Okay. All right. I am telling you, if you listen to the companion audio, whatever we call it, you are going to hear me laugh. There is a scene in this movie. It makes me laugh harder than anything in the world. I sometimes, when I'm having a bad day, just watch that scene, and I instantly cheer up. I save it for special occasions. If you listen to that podcast, that companion audio track, you will hear me laugh harder than I have laughed on this whole show. Guaranteed. I'm laughing thinking about it. All right, man, this is just me telling on myself. Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Did you lock in a prediction for yourself?
My lock-in prediction is that I'm going to laugh a lot and then come back and be like, eh.
Okay. My prediction is I'm probably going to cringe a lot throughout, laugh a few times. And I feel like I'm ultimately going to have a really similar trajectory towards last time where I'm going to come out of this thinking like, man, that was really bad. But the more we talk about it, the more I'm just going to laugh at the absurdity of it all.
Yes.
Because I think as horrible as the premise sounds, the premise goes to such absurd places that it's really funny to discuss.
All right, but the soundtrack's pretty good.
I don't remember the soundtrack aside from one song. The one song that's part of the plot is the only song I remember.
It is part of the plot. Yeah. There's
oh my god!
All right, we got to start watching it because I'm chomping at the bit. All right, so if you want to join us for the companion audio podcast track, we'll give you that instruction here in a second. If not, feel free to keep listening to this podcast. We'll break you off a little previews of the remix, give you the highlights, and then we'll be back with our thoughts after watching That's My Boy. If you want to listen to the companion audio track, you can pause the podcast right now.
You have a little crush on me? No. So, you don't want me.
This is so fucked up. God damn it.
Yeah. Say it right now.
Oh, God.
I had to walk all the way home alone with shit in my pants.
Dude, I promise you, I'll never forget you.
When you travel, do you pack extra pairs of underwear in case you shit yourself?
It's a dumb, loaded question.
But is it a yes or no?
I do bring extra underwear, but not because I'm afraid I'm going to shit myself.
See, I do because I am afraid I'm going to shit myself. Not that I do shit myself, but just you never know.
Welcome back, everyone, to the film is Okie Dokie. How was we just finished the movie? Obviously, just right now. Thank
Just
you,
right
everybody.
now.
Yeah, just right now. No, it's been
Just
actually-
right now.
It's been a week. It's Easter time right now in the
Just
world.
right now, it's Easter.
Just right now, it's Easter. Easter was a couple days ago. Happy Easter! Happy Easter!
How do you know I celebrate?
You
don't?
told me.
I told you I went to an Easter. Did I say I practiced Easter?
I'm sorry. Did you have a good time at the Easter you went to?
Yeah.
All right, good.
How about you?
I'm not really a big ham person, you know?
Okay.
But ham is like the Easter meal of choice.
Okay.
And so I feel like it's my penance. I have to eat ham every Easter. Plus, this year I have 2 Easters. So I have to eat ham again this weekend.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, like it's one thing when you have like multiple families, like you got, growing up I had like dad and mom and the stepdad thing, and so whatever. But now my siblings all have families. So it's like they got all the different things, right? They got to go to their moms and then the partner's moms and then the kids got to go to the baby daddy. And then it's like, oh, well, mom not off of work on this day. So ultimately we were able to get it so that there were only 2 Easters, which I'm thankful for. I am very much a hater on holidays and birthdays, as you may know.
Hater about what? Hater in regards to what?
I hate when it's my birthday. The only thing I hate more than my birthday is your birthday. I hate birthdays.
What did my birthday do?
It's the royal you.
Hold on a second. You're saying I'm royalty?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Nothing gets by you, Tex.
Ooh,
Yeah, the Duke
man.
of Yarlborough.
Now, I just want to say, as royalty, I got to say to you, you know that when you go to Easter, you don't have to eat ham.
That's what
There's other food.
No.
The only food there is ham?
Okay, I'm going to rattle off the food, and I'm going to explain to you that's there what I got to eat.
Okay.
Hey, this Easter, right, this past Easter,
Uh-huh.
the Easter number 1.
Uh-huh. There's
was
ham?
There was ham.
Yeah.
There were hard rolls so you could make a sandwich.
Okay, rolls.
Okay, which I had. I had some of those.
Okay.
There was cheese
Make
Danish.
a ham sandwich, I'm assuming.
Yeah, ham sandwich.
Okay. Cheese Danish.
Cheese Danish. There was
Yeah.
cinnamon twists from that bakery that I took you to.
Okay.
Those were good. I had some of those. There was a breakfast bake.
Breakfast bake. Okay, what time was this Easter at?
1:30.
Okay, and at this strictly afternoon Easter, there was a breakfast bake.
They called it brunch.
Okay,
I thought it was a little too late for brunch.
I'm guessing a bake is a casserole.
Yeah, kind of. I guess it's like they
Okay.
put it in a pan. They layer the eggs and the bacon and the whatever.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like eggs.
Okay.
And then there was hash browns.
Okay.
I'm not a fan.
Okay. What type of hash browns? I guess was it just like the grated or was it
the grated,
small
yeah.
diced? Okay.
Not the patty.
Right. You gotta go to a supplier for that. You gotta go to your local McDonald's or you gotta go to TJ's.
Yeah, I don't know what TJ's is, but
Trader Joe's.
oh well, we don't
They
have
sell
a Trader
those.
Joe's.
They sell those patty.
Maybe like
hash
a Sam's
browns.
Club.
Maybe.
Mm.
Maybe.
And then fucking there was a pie.
Pie. Okay.
Apple pie. I don't like apple pie.
Okay. Apple pie. Got it.
There was a banana cake
Banana cake. Okay.
with
Sounds up my alley.
with cream cheese frosting, I think.
Sounds good.
I don't like cream cheese frosting.
Well, that sucks for you.
Yeah, I know. And then there was brownies.
Okay. Is
And
that
so-
everything?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to run through this list, make sure we're not forgetting anything. Ham, rolls, cheese Danish, cinnamon twists, breakfast casserole, or breakfast bake, whatever it was.
Breakfast bake,
Hash browns, apple pie, banana cake, brownies.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be real. This is one of the least nutritious spreads I've ever heard of.
Well, we're here for a good time, not a long time.
There are 0 veggies. I guess potatoes.
I think there was a salad.
Okay. Salad. I added that to the list. There's only one protein option.
Mm-hmm.
No fruit other than apple pie and banana cake.
Like, we have fruit at the house, but they didn't serve fruit.
Okay.
This was Easter / somebody's birthday, my uncle's birthday.
Oh my God. That makes it even worse.
This is what he wanted.
Makes it even worse.
It is worse. I don't like any of it.
What? This is, I'm going to be real. This is a bit of a paltry menu. CJ, we got to get you.
Are you insulting my mom?
No, we got to get you into cooking so you can help flesh out the menu.
I think
what I'm seeing is a menu where not enough people who came brought food to help out.
Oh, nobody brought anything.
See, there's your problem.
Damn.
You're putting it all on one person. You can't do that.
I made the hash browns.
Okay. The hash browns that you don't like?
Yep, I'll cook them. All right, listen. I'll let you know. So when we come back and we do the next episode, I'll tell you how Easter 2 went.
Okay.
Easter 2, I've been promised, is a more traditional Easter. I still won't eat the food, but I've been promised it's a more traditional menu.
Now, when you think traditional Easter food, what comes to your mind? What is like ham, of course. Anything else?
So I believe that we bought the King's Hawaiian roll, not the King's Hawaiian roll. Sorry, we usually buy those. This year, I believe we have Martin's that are like the little rolls that they sell.
Okay.
So we have Martin's rolls. I believe there will be sweet potatoes.
You can try sweet potatoes for the first time.
No.
Yeah, why not?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not? Give me a good reason.
Because I don't want to.
Wow.
Consent is a big thing, baby. I think there'll be some kind of macaroni, salad, cheese thing.
Okay.
There'll be some description, like a cheese plate, maybe.
Okay.
Like some pepperoni or crackers or, some noshi.
Okay.
I don't know what else will be there.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to hear how these menus compare because I did write down this full menu.
All right. Yeah.
That we can compare.
We'll have to compare it.
Okay.
More people are coming, so that might influence it. This time, only a few people were coming, so it was just make the birthday boys menu kind of thing.
Okay. Gotcha. Now, did anything else happen? I think I heard something else might have happened this Easter.
So, yeah, I'm not proud.
Where is this going?
Listen, okay. You know that I have your back. If we get jumped in a fight, I'm getting you out of there, right?
Okay.
I've got your back.
First off, good luck getting me into a fight, but sure.
If you're with me, there's a chance you're gonna get into a fight.
If we're together and you pick a stupid fight, odds are I'm just like I don't know this person.
When have I ever picked a stupid fight?
No, I'm just saying if
I'm saying fights happen to me.
Fights don't just happen to someone, CJ.
Yes, 100%. All right.
No, do you know how many fights have just happened to me?
None.
Exactly. You know how many fights have just happened to all of my close IRL friends who I know most of the details of their life?
You know a lot of the details of my life.
I do. And I know you've been in not just one fight, but a handful. And you're the only person I know in the year of our Lord 2025 who have been in physical altercations.
Yeah. Those were justified.
Oh, sure. And the one where I'm involved won't be justified? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I'm saying if someone like picks a fight with you and you're like, I got your back is what I'm saying. I got you
Okay.
know, like I'm
Okay.
ready.
Okay.
So I'm doing my errands, right?
Okay.
And it's Saturday, and so there's a gas station, and it's at a 4-way intersection, okay? And because it's on the corner, you can go in from either side of the 2 roads that it borders. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You can go in on either side.
On either side.
I usually go in on the one side because you can make a right turn.
Okay. Right.
And the
Easy.
other way,
Making
you
it
have to
easier
make-
for yourself.
Yeah, you have to make a left turn.
Right.
So, I went my normal way, and I went to pull in, and there's no sign, there's no cone, there's nothing. As soon as I go to make the turn, I see there's a yellow strip of do not cross tape
Okay.
across the entrance.
Okay. Across the driveway and okay.
But not at the entrance itself, like a few feet back. So I
Okay.
couldn't see it until I was turning in. So
what
then
can I ask what these are tied up on, this yellow tape?
like the telephone poles
Okay.
or like the lamps, the what do you call them? Street lamps
Okay.
for the parking lot. So I'm like, okay. So I pull a U-E, I go around, and I go to the other side. So when I say I pulled up, I saw the tape. My car might have like hit the tape, but I didn't rip the tape.
Okay.
Like if anything, I brushed up against it.
Okay.
It wasn't taut.
Right. It was
Okay.
loosely hanging police tape, caution tape.
Mm-hmm. So then I get there and I see half the parking lot has been cordoned off
Okay.
because, and again, I'm at a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
The Easter Bunny is there.
Okay.
The Easter Bunny is outside. They have police taped off half the parking lot for the Easter Bunny.
And
And-
is now
They're
In my mind,
outside.
the Easter Bunny is just hopping around this parking lot.
He
just
is not
reckless
in a
abandon.
chair, just standing. He's walking around. And the kids are there, and there's picnic table. They're not picnic tables. There's like folding tables and chairs, and there's a guy on a bullhorn. And the guy, so I pull in. The first pump that I pull up to doesn't have gas. The things are taped off.
Says
Take it back.
sorry, out of gas.
Yeah, basically all the handles are covered in the
Okay.
are the yellow tape.
Okay.
So I go to the next one. The next one doesn't have any. So the only gas pumps that are working, because they just changed all the credit card readers, the only gas pumps that are working are in the cordoned off zone. So I go up to the manager of the gas station. I park my car, I go inside. I said, hey, dude, like, I don't know what's going on. All the gas pumps, he goes, yeah, all the gas pumps are broken except for those 4. And I said, there's like 10 or 12 here. And I was like, well, can I get gas here? And I come here all the time, so I know the manager. I used to come here every single day when I was working in at the office. And now I work from home. So he's like, honestly, bro, just go real slow, put your hazards on, and go in in there. And I was like, okay, you sure? He goes, yeah, I'll come out and tell him it's okay.
Was there like a gap in the tape, or did he want you to just drive kind of through it and let the tape go over your car?
It was like very loose. I untied it and tied it back up once I got my car through.
Okay.
So-
Sneaky. Like no one ever knew you were there.
I was like, can I get gas? He goes, yeah, I'm not going to not sell you gas. And I said, okay, well, all the pumps aren't working. And he's like, right. Well, what do you need diesel? I'm like, I can't. No, I don't need diesel. So I think, of course. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot my car's diesel. That's right. I've been putting regular gas in it for years. So we go through, and the person on the bullhorn starts fucking screaming at me. You motherfucker! There are children here! And I'm like, me? And then like, yeah, you! What's the matter with you? You're gonna hit somebody! And I'm like, it's a gas station! I'm buying gas! And then the manager comes out, talking to the person with the bullhorn. And then the person with the bullhorn is having the conversation with the bullhorn. And the person.
So hold on. This person first off was like, "Hey, there's fucking kids around. Don't fucking swear." They did one of those two.
You motherfucker! There are kids around.
Yeah.
And then the Easter Bunny gets involved.
Oh shit.
The Easter Bunny comes up to me and says, "You got to move your car." I'm pumping gas.
Wait. The Easter Bunny can talk?
Dude, the Easter Bunny came up to me and leaned in and goes, "You got to move your car." And I was like, I
didn't know he could talk.
He's like, "No, you're done." And he tried to like take the pump out. And I'm like, what? No. I'm like, no, I put $12 in. So I'm like still pumping my gas. And he's like, what, you're going to get gas on the suit. It's a rental. I'm like,
wait.
I'm like, then don't go near the gas tanks.
You were wearing a suit?
He was wearing a suit.
The Easter Bunny was wearing a suit?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a fancy ass bunny.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I'm like, dude, I'm what the fuck? I'm pumping gas here. And so he's like, you're going to get gas on my suit. It's a rental. I'm like, then get away from the gas pump. And then he's like, what's your fucking problem? You can't go to another gas station? And so then the manager comes over to me and he's like, he goes, Mike, this isn't what we talked about, bro. He says, I didn't tell you could cordon off fucking 4 pumps.
Wait. I'm confused now. Is Mike the gas station owner, or is
Mike
the Easter Bunny
Mike is the name of
named...
the Easter Bunny.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. Mike. Okay. I didn't know that.
Mike the Easter Bunny, yep.
I didn't know that. Why? How come
Michael,
we don't have
probably.
songs? Why don't we have songs about Michael the Easter Bunny like we
I
do
don't know.
Saint Nick?
Or like Dominic the Donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. Dominic the Donkey.
Exactly,
I'm with you. So then, the manager comes over and he's like, hey man, this isn't what we talked about. I didn't tell you could cordon off 4 pumps. And he goes, it's not safe for the kids to not cordon them off because then the people just come in. And it's like he's like him. And I'm like, I got permission. And he's like, and the Easter Bunny turns to me and goes, not from me.
Well, yeah, the Easter Bunny is the end-all, be-all authority over what pumps are allowed.
So then the Easter Bunny comes into my personal space.
Okay.
Big no. Listen, people out there, if you think that you're tough, don't ever get in somebody's personal space, okay? Like, if you get in someone's box, everyone's got a box. If you get in someone's box, you know either you're fucking or fighting. You're taking your clothes off either way. You just gotta know why, okay? Don't get out of my box, okay? Don't get in my box. The Easter Bunny gets in my box. And I told him he's wasting his time because he should be over there entertaining the kids. And then the bullhorn guy is like still yelling at me. And then the Easter Bunny goes, you're nothing. You're less than nothing.
Oh, fuck.
You're a piece of shit. You're going to hit one of these kids. And then I was like, I'm a parked car.
It sounds like
the kids are over there.
It sounds like he was making a prediction like almost like casting it upon you. You will hit one of these children.
And then I'm done pumping my gas. So this whole time I'm just pumping my gas, right? I have to hold the handle. Apparently in other states you can like flip the clip up or whatever. I'm holding the handle. I'm done. And then I hold it, right? I go to put it back in the thing. He goes, "Whoa, take it easy, man." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Don't spray me with the gas, bro."
Yeah, you're gonna get it.
And then
First
the
off,
gas station manager's like, "Don't spray him with the gas. That's just gonna escalate it." And then the fucking guy with the bullhorn's like, "You're gonna spray him with the gas?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "What are you? I'm putting it back." So I put it back, and then the Easter Bunny goes, "This isn't over." I'm like,
he's gonna, dude, the Easter Bunny knows where you live. You're fucked. He has a key to everyone's house.
So then I got up in his face, and I told him he could stick his fucking Easter eggs where the sun doesn't shine, and if I ever saw him walking on the street, I would fucking clip his balls.
So, do you ever see the Easter Bunny walking down your street, or were you just like spitting hypothetical here?
Okay. I had my fill.
Okay.
And then he said, "There's kids around," and he walked back.
Damn.
The manager goes, "Hey, listen, man, it's Easter. It's for the kids." I'm like, I'm just trying to buy fucking gas.
So the Easter Bunny came up to you, looked to pick a fight, and then when you threatened him back, he said, "Hey, there's kids around," and walked away.
Do you think this is me picking a fight?
I mean, sounds like you tried to spray gas on the Easter Bunny, CJ. I don't know what to tell you.
Why do you do that?
Do what? Why do I do what?
This was not I didn't do anything.
CJ, you recklessly drove your car
into children.
A large vehicle, I might add, into a cordoned off area, and you were
with permission
in a shouting match with someone with a megahorn. And you tried to fight the Easter Bunny.
Is it my fault that their voice doesn't carry like mine does?
Hey, all I'm saying, you made a scene.
I didn't make a scene. I ended the scene.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh,
all right,
God,
be serious.
Yeah.
Don't be the character of Tommy. Be my friend Tommy. Did I actually fuck this up?
Oh, you fucked up so bad. You should, man, you should have just gone to a different gas station.
You're such an asshole. I asked.
Only you, CJ. Only you. This would only ever happen to you.
I believe that. 100%. You could have been with me. And if you pumped the gas, you would have gotten a picture with the Easter Bunny.
Probably.
Yeah. Me, he's like, "You're going to threaten the children."
I probably would have gotten a picture of us dousing each other in gasoline because we're all buddy-buddy. He would have been okay with it if I did it.
That was the low point of my weekend. But, you know...
What was the high point? Eating the ham?
No, shut up. You know what? I on Friday night, I was like, I'm going to just hang out. I don't have as much time as I would like this weekend to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just going to hang out and watch movies, you know? So, I watched some movies, and I'd like to talk about them.
Let me hear them.
All right, so I started with Knives Out. Have you ever seen Knives Out?
Yes, saw it in theaters.
I know that people over the years had told me about it. Listen, when I say bang the table, I really mean bang the table. People can be like, "I'm banging the table," and I'm like, You're not. Like, you're saying you really want me to watch it, but you're not. So some people had over the years told me that it was really, really good, but they hadn't banged the table for it. I watched it. It was really good, and I gotta be honest, I did predict who the murderer was, who the responsible party was. I'll put it that way. Not to be spoilery. I think I picked it out within the first 45 minutes. And I won't spoil basically how. I think I metagamed it a little too hard.
Okay.
But I was right, which was cool. But it did twist. I did not see how we got there at all.
Mm-hmm.
That I didn't understand. So that was a really cool movie. The weird part was the accent. The accent was bizarre.
God forbid an actor acts.
I know, but his southern accent was weird.
Yeah, he's a caricature, like on purpose. He's Foghorn Leghorn the detective.
Yeah, I know.
He's hilarious. It's a comedy.
I know. It was fine once I settled into it, but at first I was like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?"
That's a very fun movie because it's I don't think, how do I word this without being spoilery? I don't feel like the movie overtly hides who's responsible, but I think what is really great about that movie is how it's like a whodunit, but it's inside out. Because I feel like the whodunit aspect is pretty, I don't want to say obvious, but it's pretty, they present it to you pretty plainly and pretty quickly, I feel like, compared to others. And then the whole thing is less who did it and more how and why and this whole web of stuff. And I think that's what makes it so unique, is like it just takes the genre, turns it inside out, new twist on it.
Yeah, like, I don't know, did you ever watch Monk?
Yeah, I loved Monk.
How often Monk starts by showing you how the crime was committed and who did it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like working backwards, like why and how are you going to prove it?
Mm-hmm.
So that was, it was interesting to basically less than halfway through know exactly who did it. And then have to figure out, okay, what's the donut hole inside this donut as
right.
Daniel Craig put it.
Right.
So yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah, really fun. Really just like a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, I had asked Jade to bang the table and give me a movie recommendation in your Twitch chat for fact. And so I went through and she gave me two.
Mm-hmm.
The first one that she gave me, so because afterwards I watched Knives Out, I basically went to Mama CJ and said, Mama CJ, would you like to watch a movie with me? And she said, sure. I said, you want to watch Knives Out or this other movie? And she said, Knives Out. So I said, okay. So I went downstairs and said, I'm going to watch the other movie, which was La La Land.
Mm-hmm.
Knew nothing about it. Didn't know a single thing about it. I thought this movie was a period film.
Okay.
Going into it, I thought this was like a 50s screwball musical comedy.
Okay.
I had no idea what it was. In my mind, did you ever see Hail Caesar?
No, but I'm familiar.
There's a music number in there by Channing Tatum where they're filming a movie and it's like supposed to be like Anchors Away kind of, and it's called No Dames, and it's shot very much like they would have shot like a musical in that time. And that's what I thought it would be like. Basically, the only thing I had in my mind was the song No Dames from Hail Caesar. I was like, okay. And then it wasn't anything like that at all. Honestly, I didn't write a lot about it at all, but it was very good. Like, it was just really, really, really good. And
yeah,
I kind of figured out, oh, this is the death of a relationship. Like, this is what we're gonna see, the seasons and everything, the beginning and the death of a relationship. And it kind of is what it is about. And there's so many more things, but it was just fun and colorful and pretty and emotional and sad. Like, just like, man, just like rip your heart apart, but then like put it back together and be like, it's okay. Like, put pressure on the wound, it'll stop bleeding, kind of thing. So yeah, it was just awesome. And
that's a great one.
Yeah, you've seen that one.
Yeah, that's Jade's favorite movie.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it's a favorite of mine, but it's a 5-star.
That's a terrific film. Terrific film.
Oh, terrific.
I mean, it won the Best Picture for 90 Seconds.
That scene where they're dancing at the top of that road where they're looking for the cars. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I thought that was
Yeah.
the end of the movie.
I mean,
not what I was watching it. I thought that would have been like the big dance number.
No, I'm pretty sure that scene is why it won the best picture for 90 seconds.
Yeah, no, that was phenomenal.
Great movie.
Yeah,
and
great movie.
It's really interesting because I do know the next movie you watched, and I think it's a really interesting pairing because similar subject matter, not entirely the same, but almost opposites in the way they play out ultimately.
Mm-hmm. So I went to bed. I got up the next morning, and I got up kind of early. I had something to do at 1 o'clock, so I was like, yeah, I'll just watch a movie or whatever, you know. And so the other movie that Jade banged the table for was Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
It's one of my favorites. I mean, you heard me recommend it just a couple episodes ago. I think it's like truly one of the greatest romance films of all time.
Yeah, so this is a little spoilery.
I'm down to talk spoiler for Eternal Sunshine if you want.
Yeah.
We can spoiler tag this if you want.
So this will
check
be
the show
spoilery.
notes.
Yeah. Starting right now. Okay, so the movie starts, and it starts at the end of the plot, basically. But
General end of the timeline, yeah.
Yeah. So it is Jim Carrey narrating. He says his book is missing 2 years worth of pages. He doesn't understand why. He compulsively runs off to Montauk. And I gotta say, I've been on those trains. I've been on the Metro North trains. That is a film from 2004. In 2025, those trains look exactly the fucking same.
Of course, public transport, baby.
Identical. So, goes out to Montauk. I mean, everything. The platforms, the signage, everything looks the same. Goes out to Montauk, which is the beach out on Long Island. And he meets somebody there. And that's what's the actress's name?
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet. He meets Kate Winslet, and they have a great day. And then it turns into they're on the train together. And then, oh, we're going to the same stop. And oh, you might recognize me from my job at the bookstore. Oh, you might blah 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 blah. And then they realize, oh, we're like really close to each other. So they have a great day. They go out to the Charles River in Boston. They lay out on the ice. Right? I think they lay out on the ice. Right? They have, and then they go back. They have a drink. Like they have a date. And then he pulls up in front of her house, and she's like, "Can I sleep at your place?" And he goes, "Yeah." And then she goes in to get her stuff. And then someone comes up and goes, "What are you doing here?" And then it cuts to him crying, him upset, because she erased him from her memory. But they had been together for years. And then he finds out, oh, well, I got to go through and I got to get that surgery too. I got to get that procedure done too. And then it's him, basically for the bulk of the movie, reliving his memories with her while they're being erased from his memory and trying to hide, and then realizing he doesn't want to lose that. And like all this stuff. And then there's a B plot at the same time where it turns out this girl who works for the company that does the procedures, Kirsten Dunst is the actress.
Mm-hmm.
She had the procedure done. She doesn't remember. She had an affair with her boss and continued to work there after the affair. And
yeah, crazy.
She's so mad, she sends everybody their tapes of the recordings they make before they have the procedure. So then they find out they used to be together. They used to be a couple. They fucking hated each other at the end. Or I think more to the point, Kate Winslet really hated Jim Carrey at the end. and then they're gonna go their separate ways, and then at the end they decide to give it another try. But man, it's so powerful watching him be in his memories and watching them be erased.
Yeah, and so well done practically too. So many practical effects with the shot that to me is particularly haunting is when, you know, it's more, I think, as things are crescendoing and he's going through the memory where they're on the ice together and he turns to her and she gets pulled into the darkness. It's like, oh. Or later on when they're in the bookstore or whatever and all of the books around them are going empty and all the spines are going blank.
Yeah.
You can, if you look closely, you can tell they're just turning the books around so you're seeing the pages, but just incredible storytelling with physical physical effects like that. And just an all-time ending to a movie, them being confronted with all of these ugly demons of how all this resentment grew between them, and it ends with them being like, we're just gonna end up hating each other. And he goes, okay, like, it's worth it. It's worth experiencing love, even if it leads to this pain. Like, it's worth it. Let's give it this shot. Beautiful. Just what a tragically sad while beautiful. It's a tragically sad movie as a whole due to how it tackles grief and the loss of a relationship and battling with whether or not you want to keep that person, those memories alive in your mind, and all of this really heavy stuff. And then, like, I just love that final note, that ending with them just saying, okay, let's do this regardless of all of this baggage we both have. It's just like spitting in the face of a doomed relationship for the sake of love. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yep. The final stage of all relationships is grief. Every relationship ends in grief.
I mean,
well, everybody dies, so.
Not vampires.
All right, vampire
More on
sex.
them later. More on them later.
Oh. When did we talk about Oh.
I said more. I said, hey, you might not know. You might not know.
Good. So after that, I was like, Jade is fucking hitting. Okay, Jade has hit 2 5 stars in a row. I gotta let her go for the cycle here. So the next one of her recommendations that she gave me from before was Conclave.
Another great film that I've recommended on the pod.
Yeah. So I rented it and I watched it. I sat down and immediately watched it, and I didn't know what it was about. I knew it was about picking the Pope. I thought that it was about determining that somebody wasn't a real cardinal. Like, I thought it was going to be a mystery about who the fake cardinal was, but I guess that was just a thing from the trailer about the person that shows up from Afghanistan. I don't want to spoiler that too much, but there's basically a cardinal shows up and no one knows who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And that it gets figured out, but that's not a bigger plot point than that. That part of it isn't a bigger plot point. So, really good. Really good. The Catholic Church makes me uncomfortable having existed in its ecosystem. You know, it's like friends talking to me going to church growing up. It's like, yeah, my church has like a Wii and an Xbox, and my preacher plays the guitar. It's like, what do you do? It's like, we kneel and ask for forgiveness a lot. There's a lot of red. There's a lot of dead Jesus. The windows have dead Jesus. The paintings are of dead Jesus. It's a lot of Jesus. And, yeah, so, you know, Catholicism, not my favorite thing. But, on the flip side, really good movie. And
really, this movie like really surprised me with how into it I was.
Yeah, like once the process, like, because obviously, you know, the premise of the movie is they got to pick a new pope.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get there, I was hooked.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
that. I was like, oh, who are we going to pick?
Yeah. And it's such a good formula. Like, I love movies like this where it's like, all right, the goal of the movie is we do one task and they attempt it and, you know, they don't complete it. So then they go off and do shit. And then the shit that they go off and do then affects the next time they go off to do the task. And with this movie, it's them vote. Okay, no result. We go and have conversations. And then it's like, oh, fuck, how is this going to influence the next vote? And then you see the results of the next vote. And you're like, oh, fuck, so-and-so's out now. So Jade and I, when we started watching, we were like, all right, we got to pick one, who we want to win, two, who we think is going to win.
Were you right?
I'm pretty sure both of us picked who we wanted to win ended up being correct. But I don't think we initially picked them for who we thought was going, because we picked like, okay, we have all the players picked now before we even got to like meet really any of them. We both picked the same favorite, if I recall correctly, but I don't think either of us picked them as our choice to win initially.
And I'll say this. There's a twist in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Minor spoiler. But I thought it was going to be A.
Mm.
The movie was basically telegraphing to you it was going to be A. And then that wasn't what it was. And I was like, oh, that's way more interesting.
It's incredibly interesting.
Incredibly interesting.
Now, I'm not sure, and I think this isn't a spoiler to say, I'm not sure I've seen a movie tackle that subject matter in this way at all.
No, not with this level of production and cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And if you think you know what we're talking about, I'm telling you, I'm not sure you do. Because I thought it was going to go a certain direction, and it didn't go that way.
Yeah.
So
good
movie.
movie.
Watch it. Really great.
Good movie.
Okay, so now if you're doing the math at home, you see that I'm up to 4.
Mm-hmm.
The record's 9.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me was like, I don't think I'm going for it. Okay? But then I was like, well, just because I'm not going for the record doesn't mean that I'm not, because the record would be 10. I'd have to watch 10 in a weekend. So then I'm like, well, just because I'm not going for the record doesn't mean I can't watch movies. So I watched Love Hurts with Ke Huy Quan.
Mm-hmm.
And produced by, the production company is North 87, or 87 North, I think.
Man, all great streaks of great movies have to come to an end at some point, don't they?
Listen, this was the this was the sorbet after the meal, you know, palate cleanser.
Wow.
I don't think it was bad.
When did Sherbert hurt you?
Did you watch this movie?
No, but it didn't look good at all.
It didn't look. I didn't think it looked bad, and I really like him.
I love him too. I love Ke Huy Quan. I love that he's had this renaissance.
I have to watch it. I have to watch it to support him.
Okay.
If you love something, you have to support it. If I want him to be the leading man in more movies, I have to watch Love Hurts.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't love it.
Oh, I don't think your one view is gonna do too much, especially post
Does your
streaming.
vote not count?
It's a bit different because I think that's more like, if you wanted to support him, you should have gone and seen this in theaters. I
haven't been to the movies to see anybody, but I paid for it. I rented it.
And I'm sure that rent is going to go straight to Ke Huy Quan's status in Hollywood as a starring man.
It helps. It's gotta help. It's gotta help more than the people that pirate it.
Okay.
Fair? I did as much as I could do.
No, as much as you could do would be building a time machine to go back and see it in theaters.
Fuck off. God, I can't win with you. Anyway.
Never.
So, it's like, it doesn't waste any time getting right into it. It basically is the discount version of a movie later on this list.
Okay.
And then I'm like, I'm tired. What? I'm going to put on some Law and Order and go to bed. So I had finished season 9, and I realized on Disney Plus that Exiled is the movie, the TV movie, and it was the last episode of season 9 in Disney Plus.
I'm not sure if you said TV movie of what?
Law and Order.
Okay.
I laid down to watch Law and Order. I think I said that.
Okay.
So I was like, ugh, okay, I'll watch the fucking movie. So I watched that before I went to bed. It's really dumb. The guy who got kicked off the show in season 5 for hitting a politician, he gets exiled to Staten Island. He gets a murder case, and then that reunites him with all the people in his old precinct, the 2-7, which is the precinct that everybody knows from the show. And he has run-ins with all the characters and everything, and it's about him trying to get justice for this prostitute, but then he wants to fuck her twin sister, who looks just like the dead lady. So it's like kind of weird.
Okay. Did you just spoil the movie?
No.
Wow. Okay, good. Because I was about to watch 9 seasons of Law and Order to be able to watch Law and Order Exiled.
No. Honestly, you need to watch 2 episodes to watch Exiled.
Oh, that's too much. That's too much. All or nothing is what I'm saying.
All right, so there you go. Honestly, it's not a spoiler. They introduced the fact that she has a twin sister very quickly.
Okay. And he wants to bone her immediately?
Basically on first sight, yeah.
Okay.
So I get up the next day, and I have to do Easter. And so Easter ended around 4 o'clock. I watched the Yankee game that day. So Easter ended around 4 o'clock, and I'm like, what am I at? I'm at 6? I'm at 6. So I was like, I can't hit the record tonight. So I'm just going to watch some more movies. Nobody. Bob Odenkirk. Same principle. Love Bob Odenkirk. If Bob Odenkirk is in something, I'm going to watch it. Okay? But, Love Hurts is the discount version of Nobody. Nobody is really good. I think it's a pretty decent action movie. Bob Odenkirk did a lot of the stunts. There's moments of funny. Is it outrageous? Yes. It's also made by 87 North, or produced by 87 North. Like, they just do the action movies, I guess. They did John Wick. They did some of the other ones. Like, they just are involved in these movies, right? And I was like, cool. I'm into it. And it ends, and it's like, oh, okay. It ends it kind of on an open note for another movie, and I ended that movie, and the best thing I can say about the movie is, I'd watch a Nobody too.
Oh, I got news for you.
They're making one?
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty interesting. I mean, like, I knew right away he wasn't Nobody. Nobody had to be code for something, but
no, it's a movie about a suburban dad, and that's it, right? Nothing else.
Exactly. So I thought it was good. I thought Ke Huy Quan carried that movie to a 3, and Bob Odenkirk
he dragged it down to a 3.
No, he got it to a 4, man. It was pretty fun. I don't regret watching either, but this one was the one that deserved to be 2 hours. So that was Nobody. And then I was like, okay, I want to watch something really good. I've watched 3 things that were kind of meh. I'm like, I want to watch something that's really good. Disney Plus has been shoving Anora in my face forever.
Man, maybe since around the time I wrecked it on the podcast.
Hey, listen, that's fair. So, I went out and I watched
Nice.
Anora.
And how'd you like the Best Picture winner?
I don't know that it should have won Best Picture, but I don't know what movie would have won it if this didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think generally, bit of a toss-up year for Best Picture.
Mikey Madison, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah. She's going places. She's gonna be doing stuff. She's gonna be in some HBO show. She's on the Zendaya track, right? Get her in something more mainstream. Let people see her. Like, that was awesome. She was great. I believed every second that she was a Brooklyn stripper.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
minor spoilers for Honora.
Well, you find it out in the first 30 seconds. Who she
Fair enough.
is.
I'm just saying, like, the movie made me very uncomfortable. Like, the movie did everything in its power to make me uncomfortable. It opens in the strip club. Strip clubs are not my jam. If not for the I don't want to see other people getting erections. How about, like, there is some meat farm, like, there's something, like, dehumanizing about seeing that many people in mass naked at the same time for money. Like, it just strikes me. It makes me feel uncomfortable. The whole premise of the second half of the film, I guess that's as much as I'll say, made me very uncomfortable. I didn't like that at all. The way that she is treated, I didn't like. And again, it's not like I can't put that aside to say that it was a great movie. I think I gave it like a 4. It was pretty good. It was really good. But I've been thinking about it ever since I stopped watching it in a way that I haven't with the other ones. Like, I don't know. It's just like, why is this movie like this? You know? It's just like,
Good. I mean, good movies. You can't stop thinking about them.
That's fair. Very fair. I don't know. It's sticking with me. It's like a stick to your ribs kind of coffee.
It reminds me a lot, funny enough, of a movie that when you were in town and we were watching movies, a movie that we randomed that we were potentially going to watch. Good Time reminds me a lot of Good Time, because it's one of those movies where it's like, you know, you have your setup and then it's just a crazy string of events, right? It's just like, I have no fucking clue where this is going. We're just following, you know, it's very character driven.
Yeah, 100%. I had no idea where this was going after the initial premise played out. All right, so now I'm at 8. And it's like 8 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, I can do this. I could do 10 movies tonight. So I watch. Now I'm in the hard part. Finding a movie you want to watch. And so I looked for about half an hour. And I picked Minari. Which, probably the one that I literally didn't know anything about this movie. I saw that it had Steven Yeun in it. And Yoon. And I knew nothing else about it. And I felt more emboldened to watch a movie with subtitles because I had watched Parasite. So I felt like I could handle it. And the premise of the movie, if you're interested, because I feel like there's a good chance people don't know this movie because I had never heard of it. The premise is a dad takes his kids. It's a Korean family. He takes his family from California to Arkansas to build a farm. This movie, and you haven't seen this, right?
No, I just know pretty much what you said. I know it's a Korean American family and they move to start a farm, and that's literally it.
This movie breaks your heart and pieces it back together constantly, over and over and over again. Like Eternal Sunshine, but constant. That level of rip your fucking heart out over and over again. And then it's like really warm scene where it's like, yeah, like this is fine. Everything's fine. Like we're gonna make it. And then rip your fucking heart out of your chest and stomp on it. Like it was a fucking tearjerker. Really, honestly. And I cry at movies. Like, I let my emotion out. If something's funny, I laugh. If something's sad, I cry. If something's scary, I hide. Man, oh my fucking God. By the end of it, I was reaching for the Kleenex. I was blowing my fucking nose. Like, it was fantastic. Fantastic movie. But God.
Do you know what movie you have cried or cry the most during?
Oh. So I have a higher tolerance for it now than I used to, obviously, because I'm 31. But there are movies that have scenes that will always make me cry. And the ones from when I was a kid hurt me the most. Man, some examples of movies that made me cry a lot. Unfortunately, Shazam.
What? Okay, you can't hold on. You can't say, yeah, man, it's the movies from when I was a kid that
I know.
As a 31-year-old. So this movie that came out when I was like 24, 25, yeah, that one hits especially hard.
So
you
Shazam
can't do that.
So Shazam is an outlier. The scene where he finds his mom.
Mm.
That was really sad. Land Before Time. When Littlefoot's mom dies, that was oh my god. Am I tearing up thinking about it? All Dogs Go to Heaven. At the end, the ending of that movie is really sad. Yeah, those are some of the those
are the
ones.
big three. You heard it here
Shut
first.
up.
That's CJ's Mount Rushmore of make you cry movies. Shazam, Land Before Time.
What are your movies that make you cry, bitch?
Coco. First off, I weep during movies. It's the barrier for me to cry in a movie is low. Yeah. I am very emotional when it comes to media.
I cried during like 3 of the movies on my list, so I'm with you.
I cried when I read books. Like I'm very much, I just let loose. Coco, I cannot breathe for the final 45 minutes of that movie. And people are often like, oh, the ending is so sad. No, it's not just the ending. It's like the entire 40 minutes that lead up to the ending that are incredibly emotional. I like genuinely like hyperventilate, struggle to breathe every time I've seen it. And I've seen it like 5 times. Great movie. Great movie.
Never seen it.
That's my big cry one. Oh, that's so good. So good. Man. Other ones, I mean, the classics from when I was a child. So, you know, Shazam Fury of the Gods.
Dude.
You saw it coming. Oh, man. So Minari, does Minari make it onto your Mount Rushmore of movies that make you cry?
No, but it made me cry a lot.
Oh, damn. All right. Well, Shazam's spot on Mount Rushmore will remain for now.
That one really. Shazam hits home. Okay.
Oh, and by my count, that's 9 movies.
Yes. So I had 9 with 2 hours to go. Okay. So I was like, okay, just pick a short movie. I'm after the halfway point, so I can consider the runtime as a factor. I didn't consider runtime for any of the other films. So I was like, I can consider runtime here. What are we talking about? I found Rushmore. I'm like, perfect. This is it. I'm going to do the 10. I fucking hated that movie so much. I turned it off.
Wow.
And I DNF'd on the challenge.
Wow. I don't count that as I don't count that as
I don't count it. Nope. I didn't do
Wow.
it. So that is another 9.
So how far into Rushmore did you get? Because I'm pretty sure that's like a pretty, acclaimed film.
I got about 40 minutes in.
Okay.
The premise of the movie, and this is going to be a good segue, is about a student and his friend that both fall in love with a teacher.
Okay.
I didn't like it.
Gotcha. And
But
this is
speaking of falling in love with a teacher, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say that's like early Wes Anderson. That's like his sophomore film.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I know it's acclaimed. I know it's Wes Anderson. That's why I picked it. A lot of people have said good things to me about it. Just not for me. It didn't hit in the first 45 minutes. Maybe if I made it to the end, it would have hit. But I genuinely didn't like it. I didn't think I could finish it, and I gave up. So
Wow.
I punted on the 9, and I had another hour left that I could have tried something else. But I was like, nah.
Wow.
So I literally quit on it. I couldn't force myself to finish it. I was not interested. But speaking of falling in love with your teacher, we watched That's My Boy.
That's what we watched?
Yep.
Oh wow, I was gonna say Dead Poet Society.
Well, that's not what we watched. Tommy,
Yeah.
what did you think of the movie?
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Let's see, what year did this come out? 2012? Yeah,
Yes.
That's My Boy 2012. Gotta be one of the most 2012 films I've ever seen. Not just in terms of, well, I would say stylings, but we actually remarked mid-movie, doesn't look like a 2012 film. Like, the people are dressed like pretty, I'd say, timeless fashion for the most part.
Mhm.
But the humor it's not that good. It's really, I would say this is a pretty bad film. I would say it's actively bad, in fact. I give it props for tackling not just one, but multiple taboo subjects. I give it props. I don't give it props for making such light of those subjects. And also I don't give it props for how unfunny like 90% of it is. It's got some moments though. It's got a couple of good moments.
It's so hard to watch movies with you because I don't understand. We were watching it and we're both laughing.
Yeah.
Like the whole time. And then at the end you're like, I didn't really laugh.
No, it's not that I didn't really laugh, it's that I didn't find it funny.
But you did laugh.
Yeah, well, laughing isn't just, oh, I find this funny. It's oftentimes disbelief. It's oftentimes my friend is laughing, so I'm laughing because it's that kind of mood.
Okay, sure.
There were very few parts in this where I'm like, this is genuinely funny.
No, yeah, that's fair.
A lot of it, like, and I feel like when we saw like Minecraft movie, like I laughed a lot during it. Most of it was disbeliever because like, the people on both sides of me were laughing and the audience was laughing. I'm like, all right, it's just kind of that environment. That's my boy. It's a tough cookie. But CJ, what are your general thoughts?
You were worried really quick about rewatching it.
Yeah.
Were your worries confirmed?
Oh yeah, for sure. If not confirmed, like stamped firmly into place.
Okay. I want to preface that when I say this is my guilty pleasure movie, some people are like, oh, CJ thinks this is a good movie. I don't think it's a good movie.
That's right. That's the thing. Too many people think guilty pleasure just means something you're like, oh, I wouldn't let people No, guilty pleasure means it's bad and you would get some sort of pleasure out of it.
Yeah, exactly. I would be embarrassed. I am embarrassed that I like this movie as much as I do. Actively. When I make top 25s, this movie has to be on it because it makes me laugh until I can't breathe.
Oh my God.
I don't think it's a good movie. I don't think Adam Sandler in general is that funny. I don't think
this is one of, if not maybe, well, hold on, Jack and Jill exists. This is one of his most unfunny roles.
Yeah. And
easily.
And I've seen a few Adam Sandler movies at this point. I don't know that he's ever that funny. I don't know, genuinely, how funny Andy Samberg is on the big screen. And so, there's nothing technical about this movie. There's nothing we have to talk about. Like, there's no analysis to do. The script, the story is ridiculous. The fact that Donnie Berger at the end is lecturing them on their taboo relationships is fucking hilarious. Because it's absurd. So, all of that having been said, do I like this movie? Do I think it's funny? It makes me laugh until I can't breathe. I can't, in good conscience, say that I don't think this movie is funny. It is my guilty pleasure. Would I ever recommend anybody watch it? No. I would never recommend people watch this. Would I ever tell people you have to see this movie? No. It's not essential viewing for anything except for if you want to hear me laugh. I might be the only one that thinks this movie is funny, and I don't know why. Again, it's probably part nostalgia, because it's bad. It doesn't even make sense.
I think the only parts that like I think are genuinely funny are the running jokes. There's a handful of running jokes, and they get, I'd say most of the running jokes, they get just the right amount of mileage out of it. One of them they do a bit too much at the end.
The grandma?
No. Oh, that's a bad running joke. Bad running joke. Unfunny running joke right there. Some of the running jokes, I'll say, are funny.
The bottle?
The bottle is the one that when they do it like the 6th time at the end, I'm like, okay, what are we doing here?
My favorite joke, really quick.
Wait. Let's not.
Oh, you have to do the recap.
Yeah, let's do the recap first.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right. Thank God. Thank God. I do not want to recap this.
Really?
Yeah, I don't personally myself want to be the one recapping it, is what I'm saying.
All right. This is a CJ recap, so prepare for some things to be missing and some things to be wrong.
Hell yeah.
All right. It's the 80s. And
stepping in. This movie came out in 2012.
Okay, the movie came out in 2012, but the start of the movie takes place in 1984.
There you go.
Okay, so 1984, there's a kid, Donnie Berger, and he has a crush on his middle school math teacher, Mrs. McGarrigle. Ms. McGarrigle, okay? So he, like, flirts with her in the hallway. He says something repugnant. She gives him detention. In detention, she's like, what did you mean when you did that? And basically they begin a sexual relationship.
Which we gotta say, just for tone, this is played for laughs. This is played for like, oh hell yeah, like there is literally one character in the first 10 minutes that CJ's like gonna be recapping here, like one character who condemns this. Every other character is like, hell yeah.
So then it gets discovered. They fuck a lot. It gets discovered, and she's arrested. It gets discovered because they have sex during in the auditorium during the debates for school president.
Dumbass move.
Yeah, amazing.
Wait for after the debates.
Yeah, and then the judge is like, "I'm sentencing you to 30 years in prison for statutory rape." So she's also pregnant. So the judge gives custody to Donnie's dad until Donnie is an adult. But everyone thinks Donnie's the shit. Everyone thinks Donnie's super cool. It makes him super popular, and not just popular, it makes him famous. So now Donnie is a C-list celebrity. Now, 28 years later, in 2012, Donnie is a slacker, and he goes to his accountant, who's Rex Ryan in New England. He's a big Tom Brady and Bill Belichick superfan, who tells him that he owes $43,000 in back taxes. Adam Sandler says, hey, I thought that they were taking it out automatically, and they said, I told him that. They said that was the dumbest shit they'd ever heard. He then makes like a $20 bet on a fat guy in a race, which I'm sure will not be important. And then he finds out that his son, who he named Han Solo Burger, which was the coolest name in the world in 1985, is now a rich venture, whatever. He's a big rich guy, and he's getting married this weekend on Cape Cod at his boss's house. And he's changed his name to Todd Peterson. Todd Peterson has told everybody that his dad has died in an explosion. That his parents both died in an explosion. So, he doesn't want anything to do with his parents. He goes to the boss's house with his fiancee, Jamie. Jamie is played by Leighton Meester, and his son, Todd
Wait,
Peterson.
Jamie? Her last name is Jamie?
No, Jamie, what's her name? I don't know that the family has a last name.
I thought you said, didn't you just say her name was Jamie?
No, okay. Jamie Martin is her last name.
Okay.
Okay, Jamie Martin.
Okay.
And then
I was going to say, I missed a double name?
Yeah.
What?
And then she's played by Leighton Meester, and he goes to the boss's house, Steve, okay? Donnie needs to find a way to come up with 43 grand. He goes to the office of Randall Morgan, who's played by Dan Patrick. He bumps into Vanilla Ice. The two get into a fight because apparently he had sex with Vanilla Ice's mom. And then Randall Morgan reveals that he could get him the money if him and the son both go to the women's prison to visit his mom, to visit Ms. McGarrigle. So he's going to do it. He's going to convince Todd Peterson to go to the women's prison so that they can film this documentary thing. Okay. Donnie then randomly shows up at Cape Cod. What's up?
What's up?
Yeah. So, among the people at the Cape Cod house are Steve, his mom, Grandma, Jamie, Jamie's brother, who is, what's that guy's name? Chad?
Yes. Milo Ventimiglia.
Chad
Jess
is
from
a Marine.
Gilmore Girls.
Yep. Chad is a Marine. And then Jamie's parents, who are played by Blake Clark and Megan Faye. And Blake Clark was Sean Hunter's dad in Boy Meets World, for all you cool cats out there. So he shows up and he's like, "It's your old man!" And he's like, "Old man, best friend." So now Donnie is pretending to be Todd Peterson's best friend. He instantly wins over everybody at the party, including the boss. The best man shows up, and the best man is played by Will Forte, and his wife is Rachel Dratch. And he's like, "Honestly, I'm surprised you asked me to be your best man at all. I mean, we work together, but I didn't even know your name."
That's
So then-
not low key, pretty good Will Forte impression.
Thank you. I worked on it literally just now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Natural.
So, yeah, I appreciate it. So then they're like, "Oh, since your best friend is here, why don't you have Donnie take over as the best man?" So Donnie takes over, and they're like, "Okay, cool, yeah, everyone loves Donnie." And then they're like, "Donnie's got to go to bed." Oh, sorry. They find Fenway Park. He has a replica of Fenway Park in his backyard. So they go hit some dingers.
Which this is hidden until the moment it's revealed. They're like, "Oh, hey, by the way, should we go hit dingers at the Fenway Park?" And
Let's
it's like,
go hit some dingers.
Yeah, it's like they just like point off screen and it pans over. It's like, that was there the whole time? How are we just seeing this for the first time now?
Yes. So they had some dingers. He ends up hitting Todd in the throat. Everyone makes fun of Todd for being a pussy for not throwing the ball, and then the 4-year-old throws it back in. It was really funny.
This is one of the funnier scenes. Is it's not just that Todd gets hit in the throat. It's that literally everyone playing is making all-star caliber plays. The grandma lays out for a diving catch. Everyone is like doing behind the back shit, doing crazy stuff. And the ball is hit to Todd, and it is a rope. The camera actually, I think, moves from the perspective of the ball straight into his throat. He falls down, and then, the little boy walks up and throws it and just, like, beams it home.
Yeah, fucking kid's going pro. So then, he tells Todd that his son is sick, that his mom is sick, and that they have to go visit. And then, they go to the church. Todd stands up for himself for some reason at the church. He picks a fight that was totally uncalled for and his fault, and which is not like me at all, by the way, with the father. with the priest, who's played by James Caan. James Caan used to be a boxer who killed somebody in the ring, which is why he became a priest. And the priest breaks punches him in the face, and they knock him out with the back of the head with a bottle. So then Adam Sandler comes up with this story about when his parents were exploded, that the only thing that was left was a little bit of testicle and some kneecap, and that a squirrel ate the testicle and was running around with it, and that's why he's scared of churches. It was a stupid thing. But anyway, then they say, hey, why don't we have the wedding outside of the church? And he's like, where are we going to have it? And he's like, I know the perfect place. And they have it at the Cape Cod house. That night, they're like, hey, we're going to go out for the bachelor party, right? They have the bachelor party. It's at a spa. It's pretty milquetoast. Donnie is, like, wreaking havoc. The matronly head of the place is like, I want to fuck you long and hard. And so he's like, all right, I'm going to go turn this for, like, 20 minutes, and we'll go. So they go to the strip club, which is, like, his hangout. They meet Nick Swartzen. There's a giant black lady who rides the pole. Sierra is the bartender. They give Andy Samberg an earring. They eat an omelet. Steve eats an omelet and demands the recipe, and they wouldn't give it to him. And Will Forte gets a little bit of head in the bushes of the strip club. And they do that. And then
from a stripper who has a halo on. Like,
yes,
one of the full-ass neck shoulder brace halos.
Well, at least you know her form is right.
That's proper form. No neck movement.
No side to side. Yeah.
Entirely upper body rocking back and forward.
Well, you know she's not going to deviate from the plan.
Yeah, I mean, this is true. But what if that plan isn't what's hitting?
Well, so then he's like, let's get this party going. So they go to the ice rink where Vanilla Ice is the fryer at the ice rink, and he makes the chicken nuggets. He apologizes for sleeping with Vanilla Ice's his mother, sorry. Vanilla Ice says, that's all I've been wanting was a simple apology. And then he's like, I never did knock boots with your mom, though. She did go down on me, but I didn't finish. Oh, Mom, she did love to fuck. And then they go on. They have a giant fucking bong, and he's like, not in front of my son. So that he's like, and then his son sees him. They do Nugget Pocket, where they put a bunch of chicken nuggets. And then Willis from Different Strokes also works at the ice rink. And then he later joins them for the bachelor party. They cause havoc in a convenience store. They join him. Also, Todd Peterson carries around a pair of underwear because one time he shit his pants and his dad wasn't there to pick him up. Now he always carries a pair of safety underwear. He teaches his son how to ride a bike. He brings him home. He says, you don't have to call me Donnie. You can call me Dad. He's like, yeah, I know, Donnie. That night, he's jerking off to Grandma, and Grandma comes in wearing the old-timey bathing suit, and he's like, why don't you have the real thing? And then him and Vanilla Ice take turns fucking the old lady. Todd fucks the dress on the mannequin and gets cum all over it, which he then also barfs on and has to get it cleaned. Okay, so that's all the premise that gets you to the end of the movie. This is the end of the movie explained as succinctly as possible. So, the plot with the prison thing, Donnie wants to unwind that because he doesn't care about the money. He actually is bonding with his son. He's just trying to be a dad. He finds out from Steve that Steve is fucking Jamie, his wife, his son's fiance. He goes to confront them about it at the rehearsal dinner. And they don't believe him. She has a clever explanation for it. At the prison, he reveals, hey, I went up there. I'm on my way up there. I got the dress clean. I'm going to go up there. Donnie rushes up there. Randall Morgan is there. Susan Sarandon is Ms. McGarrigle. And it basically all comes undone at the seams. And then he's like sad walking home. His car won't start in the parking lot of the prison. He's sad walking home, and then he gets back to the house because he's got all of his stuff there. And Nick Swardson is like, Danny, you gotta take care of your son. He's like, my son doesn't want anything to do with me, guy. He's like, you're gonna fire that fucking bitch. And so then they follow her because she's sleeping in the city tonight for some reason. And even though his parents don't have another car, Chad went with her. So he thinks he's about to get the drop on her sleeping with Steve. So he rides on the back of Nick Swardson's scooter. He comes in with ice cream. He finds out what room she's in. He climbs up to the adjacent room, climbs around the outside of the building, and hops in on her having sex with her brother, Chad. Because they're having tickle time, secret tickle time, because they have a name for it. He says, it's going to stop tonight because I would never commit adultery. I have better morals than that. And Donnie says, Chad, adultery is bad. Uh-huh. But incest is fucked up! No, don't let him tell Mommy about our secret tickle time. You have a name for it?
And that was the audio I just inserted from the movie.
Dude, I'm telling you, I have a good impression of Donnie Berger. So then she cuts him a check, and he's going to be able to pay his taxes. He takes the money. Then he decides he can't do it because he finds the gift that his son gave him as the best man was the mitten, Mr. Mitty, that he used to have to talk to his son when his son was sad. So now it feels like a piece of shit. He goes to Vanilla Ice's apartment, which is in some rundown trap house, and he's like, do you still have the 5.0? And then they get in the 5.0, they listen to Ice Ice Baby. Halfway, they have a tape cassette that says, Save My Son playlist. The second song on the playlist, the first song is Everything, what is the name of that song? Incredibly, what is that song?
I need to pull up the OST.
That song is Everything Louder Than Everything Else. And so they're driving, then they have to get out of the car because there's traffic. So they park the car on a dune on the side of the road, get on the beach, and they're running down the sand beach with a Walkman. Each of them has one half of the earbuds, and they're running down with the cassette player, and it's Ice Ice Baby. My favorite scene in the movie, they're back at Fenway Park, and Vanilla Ice is at the top of the Green Monster. And he's like, and then he jumps off and eats shit. And then Adam Sandler emerges from a door.
For those who don't know, the Green Monster in real life is like 100 feet tall, some shit like that. Yeah. And this model one is like 40 feet tall or something. So he's dropping like off a 40-foot fence.
Yeah.
Down off.
So he falls and eats shit, and then the music cuts out. And Adam Sandler comes out and goes, what are you doing, guy? You jumped? There's a door right here. There's a door right next to it. Could have fucking walked around. Then they run into the ceremony. They interrupt. And the ending of the movie basically goes like this. He says, I was given money to hide the truth. He rips up the check, and he says, tell him the truth. So she lies, and then he's like, that's not that bad. And he's like, you didn't fucking tell her. Tell him the truth. The people start coming out of the crowd to attack him. Bottles start coming out of nowhere to knock people in the back of the head. Him, Vanilla Ice, it's all over. And then, she tells him the truth, and he's like, Andy Samberg's like, What? You fuck your brother? The whole place goes fucking crazy. And then his Steve's son, who is Steve actually was cheating on his girlfriend. He actually was sleeping with her so that she would get the promotion, or that Todd would get the promotion he wanted. His son's there. His son is like a Rastafarian ski lift instructor or something, and he's like, ha ha ha, not so fucked up, am I, Dad? And he's like, oh yeah, and Vanilla Ice and me, we slept with your mom. Vanilla Ice? Fuck Grandma? And then Chad is also not a Marine. They reveal that. He's
actually a jazz dancer?
Yeah, a jazz dancer. I'm gonna kill you, Donnie Burger. And then he gets knocked out by the priest, and he's like, Father, take that collar off. The cloth's not meant for you. And so now they're all hanging out.
So
and then
before
Donnie
we go ahead. I'll let you finish. We're right at the finish line. I'll let you finish. I had something.
So then Todd Peterson's like, my name's not Todd Peterson. It's Han Solo, the guy who made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. And I'm a burger, like my father before me. And then fucking Vanilla Ice is like, yeah, Burger Boys are back. Word to your brother, mother, bitches. And then the end of the movie, it's like Memorial Day, Tuesday, he has to go to jail because he didn't pay his taxes. And Tubby Took, the fat guy that they bet on, they're all in the strip club celebrating them getting back together. He's already dating the bartender Sierra, which, by the way, can't blame him. And then he looks up at TV, and the guy basically wins the Boston Marathon. And that's how he gets out of it, because he placed an 8,000-to-1 bet that Tubby Took would win at the beginning of the movie. And now he doesn't have to go to jail.
It finally came back.
Yep, there you go.
The
so
one
that is the synopsis.
throwaway line at the beginning.
Yep.
So let's just dive right into this. I wanted to talk about the priest. So they go to the church. They get into a fight with the priest. And because of that, James Caan, they are unable to have the wedding at the church, correct?
Right.
I'm not missing any details. Right. Then they have the priest officiate the wedding at the Cape Cod house regardless?
On his own volition, he shows up.
Okay. So, why did they move the wedding?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was assumed that they were banned. If you hit the priest, I don't think you can go back.
But the priest punched him back.
I don't think that's how the House of the Lord views it. But I'm with you.
Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, why? Why was this? There's so, I mean, and this is comedy films. More often than not bad ones, where it's just like, hey, we got an idea for a funny scene. How do we fit it into the plot?
Yeah.
But they just go do it. Oh, perfect. That adds so much to the story. Let's do it.
It adds to the funny.
Did it?
I think him being there was funny. Him hitting Chad with the bottle. I don't know.
Now, I don't know. I mean, at the end, but I don't think you need the first. I don't think you need to go through all the hoops of go to the church, get into the fight. Okay, now, and I get it's a comedy, it's for comedic purposes, but it's like, if this is the best we're coming up with,
just have the thing at the beach to begin with.
Yeah.
Honestly, it might have been because it's James Caan and they just wanted more screen time for him.
Maybe.
Because why is James Caan in this movie?
I know. Now, this is something else. I should have led with this, actually. I should have actually led the post game with this. CJ, how are you talking with us right now? Because I don't know if you remember, at the instant we stopped recording, CJ said, and I quote,
"You wrote it down?
I genuinely died during that movie." Dude. CJ genuinely died.
I couldn't fucking breathe.
We are talking to someone who has experienced the afterlife.
I know.
CJ, what is it like?
Bruh, my eyes were getting blurry. I couldn't breathe. I don't remember what part it was either.
It was the whole thing. I'm going to tell you guys right now. If you didn't listen to the commentary track, it was the whole thing. CJ was laughing the entire time. Like, it was crazy. I didn't think that someone could laugh for an hour, 2 hours nonstop. Was this a 2 hour movie? How long was this?
2 hours, yeah.
Oh, Woof.
All right, all right. Listen, do you have any favorite scenes or performances?
Oh, I do. I actually do. I have a few random things to talk about as well. First off, let's talk favorite performances. It's got to be Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice.
Oh, yeah.
Far and away the best part of this movie. Like,
yeah,
it's just his inclusion is funny, and the entire premise they had around him being there and being like, wait, you were Uncle Vanny? That itself is a good premise. But he just steals every scene he's in. And I feel like a lot of it is credit to his performance because he like surprisingly subdued. Like he's yes, CJ just did the Uncle Vanny where you cross your arms, you tilt your head to the side, and you kind of give like a stoic look, like wide-eyed. He does that like 3 or 4 times. And it's so good every time. Like in a movie where there are so many characters who are so over the top and exaggerated, he could have came in being crazy right alongside the rest of them, but he just plays it so quietly, and it just really works. Every scene he's in is better for it.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Yeah. Specifically, I love the one moment that really killed me is at the end when they're like, we've got to get to the wedding. And Donnie goes and like sees him. He's like, do you still have the car?
The 5.0.
And yeah, the 5.0. And Vanilla Ice just gives him this look like, you fucking kidding? Of course I have that. Doesn't even say a word. And it's just so
Does that mean
good.
Yes?
It's so good.
Yeah.
How about you? Any favorite performances?
I felt like a lot of the smaller character actors were punching above their weight. Man, did I not drink any of the orange Gatorade while I was at your house?
No, not one.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
This is the first of them I'm drinking. I've been sipping on an orange Gatorade this whole time. When CJ came to visit, we bought him like 6 or something orange Gatorades.
Oh
not one was
I'm
touched.
so sorry. I'm so embarrassed by that.
It's okay. It'll get to good use. It'll be put to good use.
Okay. No, like the grandma character was really funny.
Was she?
She hit above her weight.
I don't know.
If he's really has a cold, he shouldn't masturbate so much.
Oh my god.
And who else I think was really funny? No, like I think the movie itself is funny. I don't know that I ascribe any of it to anybody in particular. It's just I don't think it's funny for other people. I just think it's my guilty pleasure, makes me laugh.
Gotcha.
I want to be very clear.
Yeah. James Caan, he's great in his limited role. Mm-hmm. Man. God, I'm just looking at the notes I made while we were watching it. Pretty sparse. I do have a handful though. I mentioned earlier, like, this movie, like, kudos to it for tackling not 1 but 2 taboo subjects, but also they handle them horribly for the most part. And like, frankly, like, the premise of this movie and the places it goes is like just genuinely disgusting from a moral standpoint.
Oh god,
like,
yeah.
Thank God we have one character in the movie saying that this is bad. And it's just the judge. Just the judge. Everyone else is like, hell yeah, Donnie. And you know, yeah, okay. Oftentimes, like, look at Tropic Thunder, for example. Robert Downey Jr.'s character is treated pretty normally despite being in blackface most of the movie. But you do have characters in there who are consistently calling him out for it. Multiple times he's called out for it. In this movie, it's called out once by a character in maybe one of her 3 lines in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and never again. The rest of the movie, it's hyped up like Donnie Burger's a legend, my guy. He slept. I would have done that too with Mrs. McGonagall or whatever the fuck her name was.
Yeah.
Is Miss McGonagall the teacher from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
What's her name in this movie? Miss what? McGarrigle. Damn. And like, I feel like half of this movie is the humor is rooted in look how awkward it is for the characters. But because so many of the jokes don't land, it just ends up being really awkward for us too. Did you feel that at all? Or were you too busy dying?
Laughed so hard I got lightheaded. So no, I don't think I got that.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm not saying that you're not right.
Man. And like on a related note, I feel like half of the punchlines in this movie were just like a joke is said, and then all the characters just kind of like look around confused at each other.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
that's one of my favorite parts.
It's like no one knew anyone else's lines, and they were just reacting in the moment. Like,
why
wait,
wouldn't you
what?
just get another burrito, Todd?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Why don't we talk about the best running bits from this movie?
Donnie Burger's seemingly infinite beers.
Yes, he throughout the whole movie is always pulling beers that he has hidden off his body, be it a pocket or his sock. I think that's the last one, is he pulls it out of his sock.
He has one in the drawer when he wakes up in the morning.
Yes. And the thing I love about it is that it's never really drawn to our attention. It just happens constantly. Yeah. I think the most it's drawn to our attention is at the end when, like, during the whole dash to the wedding, he takes the one out of his sock. And that's the one where we're like, okay, wait, this has been ridiculous. The whole movie, him taking these beers out of everywhere. That's one of my favorites too, was the hidden beers.
The story about the burrito, why wouldn't you just get another burrito, Todd, is a good one.
Yes, that's the one that I think in the pregame I talked about was the one that I reflected on positively.
Yeah. I think those are the two good running jokes.
I noted down just a couple others. The nugget pocket, I think it only came back once.
Yeah.
But I did like that. It's just such a stupid joke where they're like, they meet up with Vanilla Ice for the first time, and they're like, no way, my uncle was Vanilla Ice. And then they just start putting chicken nuggets into Todd's front like shirt pocket. They're like, oh, nugget pocket. And it's like such a stupid joke that like, that's something I would do to piss off my friends in real life. Like, it's just really dumb. But then the fact that like 10 minutes later, Andy Samberg is just like super drunk and he's like, man, I'm hungry. And they're like, oh, check your pocket. And he takes out the nugget pocket and he's like, oh, that was good. I like that returning bit. One that I quoted with my friends a lot in high school was Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard. Because it's like, is it one time or is it a couple times throughout the movie?
I only remember it the one time.
Okay. Yeah, it's near the end. Donnie he like slides across the roof of the car and he goes, Dukes of Hazzard. And my friends and I in high school would always like jokingly try and slide across our cars going Dukes of Hazzard. And then the last running bit I noted down is one we've talked about a little bit, is the beer bottle glass. Like, the amount of times people have beer bottles smashed into their head, absurd, especially because none of them break.
I think that's true, though. I think that the Mythbusters said that they don't usually break.
I feel like some of these were hit hard enough, though, to where I was like, that had to have broken. Some of these were wound up, but that's something that, like, happens. Like, it's Donnie's go-to. Someone's being unruly, knock them out with a beer bottle. So I like that because it just kept coming back at the most random times, or near the end, like hit someone with it, drop the bottle, something else happens, someone picks up the bottle and uses it too. It's like, okay, the back-to-back is good, but then they did it too much by the end, though.
Sure.
And I guess this isn't really a bit, but I had to bring up, this is the most Adam Sandler voice Adam Sandler has ever done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the most his voice has ever been, that Adam Sandler voice.
Yeah, it's like how on Relapse, Eminem used like the Eminem voices a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then Recovery, he's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like that. It was like too much of the thing that you know.
Yeah. The thing that confounds me most about this, though, is everyone fucking loves his voice in this movie. Like, people love Donnie. People love Donnie. Mm-hmm. Donnie is the most popular person on the fucking planet, even though he's the most obnoxious human being to ever exist.
Yeah. I don't have any analysis for you on that front.
Let's talk a little positive, at least. Okay. This movie, nearly 10 out of 10 soundtrack.
Oh yeah, soundtrack.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Really great. Just to name a few bangers, we got Rock of Ages by Def Leppard. I think that's the opening song. I Was Made for Lovin' You by Kiss. I'm not a Kiss fan.
Yeah.
But that song is an earworm, and I love it. Mm-hmm. Love it. We got some Motley Crue in there.
Yep.
There's some Metallica. The one that's my favorite though is the ice. It's not the Ice Cream Man by Van Halen.
Oh, okay.
Freaking phenomenal, and it comes in with Vanilla Ice near the end. Just great blues rock song. Love any time that song gets used in anything. Of course, we have Ice Ice Baby. You have some Foreigner in there. Meatloaf is in there as well. More Van Halen. Just a great soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was very good.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, definitely not worth the price of admission, but it's at least if you already paid the price of admission, then I enjoy the soundtrack, I guess. Oh man, I'm gonna be real. I'm not sure what else there is to say about this movie.
Tommy, do you think you could have done it?
No. No, not at all. Not at all. I don't want to do this movie even. No.
How far could you get?
How far could I get? The opening second, because I never would talk to a teacher that way. I would never even flirt with a teacher. That's how far I would get.
I would never do that either, but if I was forced to, I think I could do the movie.
So what I'm hearing is yes, if forced is what I need. That's yes, if forced is what I need to know.
If I have to exist in the universe of the film and I operate under its premise, I could do all of the things in the movie.
Oh, wait. Oh, Tominio's running up. He's just off camera here. You can't see him. He's holding the book up above his head. Let me fill in. Yes, if forced into the could CJ have done it column.
Yep.
Wow. Now
I feel like that's the first yes in a while.
No. It's not.
In my memory, it is.
No. You want to see a picture?
Are they mostly yes?
Yeah. Here, I'll send you a picture. I'm going to edit out this part. The bike riders one is the gap, since we haven't recorded that yet.
Oh, that is a lot of yes.
A lot of yes, and that's not even the full column. If I zoom out,
okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm pretty overconfident.
Here, let's just look at
what does he do that I couldn't do.
I mean, go through the door of the green monster. I think you're going over. I think you're going over the top.
I'm not Vanilla Ice. What are you doing, guy?
Oh my God. So yes, if forced, CJ could have done it.
I think recently there was a stretch where I had like 4 no's in a row.
I guess. Well, there was a stretch with 4 no's in a row, but one of those no's was yes for other characters.
Okay, fair enough. So, Tommy, that's my boy Okie Dokie?
It is not Okie Dokie. It is not at all.
I will say this, again, it is a guilty pleasure. I know this movie is bad. I know this is an embarrassing movie for me to laugh as much as I laugh at it. So, I'm going to also say this movie is not Okie Dokie.
Wow.
Because I really don't think people need to see this. I think... Personally, the ideal viewing experience would be watching the movie with us.
Watching it with the commentary track?
Yeah.
Man. Wow. Well, how about we cleanse our palate and talk about things we actually really enjoyed in the Rec Room?
All right, you go first, stud.
All right. I've got, let's keep my recommendations light this week. I'm just going to recommend two things. Want to recommend two movies I went and saw in theaters this weekend. The first of the two movies is called Sinners. And I'm going to say straight out, this is my favorite movie of the past 3, maybe 4 years.
Are you banging the table?
You would not want to watch this movie. It is horror adjacent.
So I wouldn't watch it.
This is a vampire movie. See, vampires coming back. Like I said, Look at that.
Okay.
Remember earlier?
Yep.
I was like maybe foreshadowing. This is Ryan Coogler, director of Fruitvale Station, Black Panther, Creed. It stars Michael B. Jordan, and it is a 1930s vampire movie that, yeah, it's a vampire movie, but this is a music movie. This is a movie about the blues. It's about many things, but that's like the big thing is this is a music vampire movie. Incredible, just beautiful movie, incredible story, incredible characters, and amazing music. Jade and I have been listening to the soundtrack for this like on repeat the past 3 or 4 days since we saw it. So if you're into, supernatural horror, I would say it's lighter on the horror elements. It's definitely still horror. There are, some jump scares, but I would say it's not really that. Without going into spoilers, I'd say it's not really that. But incredible. It deals with themes of, stuff like oppression, assimilation, racial tension, loads of things. It's a loaded movie and it lands it. It's incredible. So check out Sinners. The second movie I wanted to recommend, we saw the very next morning, is Warfare.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Which directed by Ray Mendoza and Alex Garland. And this is a retelling. Ray Mendoza himself is a veteran who served in the Iraq War. And this movie is a retelling of a thing that happened when he served, a thing that happened to his platoon of Navy SEALs that he was in. And it's a movie that takes place in real time. It's a tight 90. It's like a short movie, and it is gripping. It is absolutely gripping. Like, just things happen, and you're just like, oh my God, because you're so invested. It's intense. It's brutal. It's, it's a pro-soldier anti-war film. So it does show the horrors of war and how grisly it can be. So if, you don't do well with that type of subject matter, I'd say avoid it. But if you do like war films, definitely check it out. Just a really, really, really gripping movie that flies by. Awesome. Yeah, those are my two recommendations. CJ, what have you got for us?
I am going to recommend two of the movies that I watched. I'm going to bang the table for La La Land and say that if you've never watched it, you should, after this podcast, go watch it, because why haven't you watched it? It is scary for me to say that a 2016 movie is almost 10 years old, but it is, and I am shocked that I went that far without knowing anything about it. It is a great movie, very light and heavy at the same time, and just was the best film that year for 90 seconds. So
yeah,
go ahead and give that a watch. And then the other movie that I'll recommend, I will recommend Nobody, which is the polar opposite. I will just say this. I went in, I didn't know anything. Again, I don't know how I'm able to do that with basically all the movies that we watch, but I don't seek out information. I don't watch trailers. I don't read things about movies coming up. I just want to experience the movie as it's meant to be experienced and not experience the marketing of the movie. As someone that works in marketing and advertising, that does sound kind of weird, but I don't want the experience that I have of the movie to be of the marketing of the movie. So, just Bob Odenkirk is just great. I love Bob Odenkirk. This was a very pleasant thing for me to find. And if, like me, you just like that sort of vibe, that feeling you get from watching those like one-man army type movies, but that aren't like rooted in government. You know, like, oh, he's a CIA. He's a license to kill. You know what I mean? Like
John Wick, but old.
Yeah, if you want John Wick, but not Steven Seagal, I think this is a good movie for you. So those are my 2 recommendations.
Very nice. So again, just to run through those recs, CJ wrecked La La Land and Nobody. I wrecked Sinners and Warfare. And now it's time for us to go to the podium and find out what's next on the film is Okie Dokie. CJ, you ready for this?
Hey, no.
We don't want to get copyright struck.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So I have been racking my brain to pick what we're watching next. And I'm going to be real. I've been changing I've made a note of what I wanted to do next. And when we started this episode, it was this movie A/movie B/movie C. And I couldn't decide. Then throughout the course of the post game, it ballooned up to movies A, B, C, D, and E. And I had to narrow it down. Now, I think I've narrowed it down to 2. And I think I'm going to do something that we haven't done in quite some time here on The Film is Okie Dokie. And I think I'm going to bring to a table a movie that I don't think you've seen and I haven't seen. So a movie just the 2 of us are watching that neither of us have seen. It's been a while since we've done one of these.
Sure.
So, CJ, did you know that That's My Boy was actually part 1 of a duology?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so That's My Boy is actually part 1 of our duology on movies containing puppets. Because next time on The Film is Okie Dokie, we are watching Meet the Feebles.
What the fuck is
Do you know anything about this movie?
I know literally nothing about.
Okay.
What is this movie?
I know very little. It is Peter Jackson's second movie, and I believe it is like parody of the Muppets.
Okay.
That's about all I know. Parody of the Muppets.
Okay.
So yeah.
I know absolutely nothing, and I'm going to keep it that way.
And pretty much what I just said is all I know. So I'm going to keep it that way too. We're going to go into this blind as bats and see how we like it. Meet the Feebles.
Okay, well, thank you to everybody for listening to this episode of The Film is Okie Dokie. Remember to like us, rate us, review us, give us 5 stars. If you only give us 4 stars, I'm inclined to believe that you are a hater. Shout out to Bomani Jones at Wave Entertainment for the quip. As always, I've been CJ.
I've been Tommy. Oh, and go grab your friends' phones and subscribe to the podcast on there for them.
Yes, please. Go to your friend, tell your friends, tell your neighbors' kids. You might need to take their phone and do it for them. They have small fingers. It's hard for them to touch the buttons. And as always, I've been CJ.
I've been Tommy.
And this has been another episode of The Film is Okie Dokie. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.